There we are. FLUXO W7M starts on defense, and they are already going full Portuguese in in-game chat. Vamos. And Flora is saying, obrigado.
Obrigado.
Boa, boa. Oh! It's all we know. It's all the
I know
knows.
something else, but I can't say that on broadcast.
No, not that.
Maria's been teaching me some Portuguese.
Yeah, he keeps saying, oh, I wish I could speak a little bit.
I'm working on it. I've been on the French Duolingo while we've been here. I'm still terrible at that.
Like learning French?
Yes,
trying and failing, but trying. Trying is doing, and doing is all we can do.
Je parle français un petit peu.
Oh, okay. You speak a little French? Yeah?
Yeah, thank you.
Glass and Ying.
Oh, wow.
Nice ban. Lol.
Well played. That's an ego move right there. I mean, Oxygen are like, let's ban the warden, and then they play the Glass FLUXO read it to perfection. I love that.
We're actually seeing a fair bit of glass ban this event, and it's funny because if you go back to the last 6 months, we've barely seen any glass whatsoever. But it has a place for certain teams and, of course, very specific matchups. OXG can't get first place with a map loss. FLUXO secure upper bracket with a 2-0 victory.
Okay. That's very exciting. A 2-0 win here for FLUXO, guaranteed top 3 in the group there for upper bracket. And of course, yeah. OXG.
You know, OXG's stat isn't that bad. They can't get first place with a loss. You know, it could be worse.
Yes,
being locked out of first isn't bad at all.
Yeah, genuinely, it's all right.
You could be Elevate where if Wildcard get a map, they're gonna get eliminated. That's a much worse stat to be facing.
Yeah, look, of course, right now in the group,
it's very open.
This group is Team Secret first, Space Station second, FLUXO W7M, Oxygen, and then Enterprise at the bottom. Oxygen are potentially at risk of elimination from
technically, yeah.
SI. If they lose this game, then it'll really just come down to their last game, which is against Enterprise, and whoever wins that will stay alive in the group.
And they have SSG right before that.
Oh, sorry, they have SSG as well.
Because OXG had the day off already. If they go 2-0 in 3 series, they will actually be first place, assuming that SSG and Secret both lose some games. So they could go from second last / last tied to first place if they go 2-0 here.
Very true.
If they keep it up.
I will see what happens for OXG as they start to mount their attack. They're poised around a couple of different spots. Grixer here on the AC balcony. CC's getting droned pretty well as well. Oh, that's a run out from Volps. That's a decision made. And here comes the Finker to boost up. It looks like Dotas is trying to keep the Blitz at bay with that Nitro Cell, but it blows for nothing. In goes... Oh, wow. What was that shot? Somehow he finds the shield kill, and amidst the chaos, W7M get themselves back into it. Here. But not before Forest is inside with that diffuser. Loban and Dodes looking for a retake. Loban coming from Fountain, Dodes now from Metal, and they manage to isolate Grixer. 2v2 into the retake, but Forest is low HP and finished off. A shot to the foot from the DMR is more than enough. Gomez looks to clutch, but Dodas has that DMR. They know exactly where he is, though. There's plenty of info and a big rotation from Gomez. Dodas needs to get right on that diffuser before too long. Gomez is poised very well, though, to swing him very quickly. It's a bait! And a switch, and a 1v2 for Gomez.
A very messy round, but it was counting in a good way with that. It was incredible how Forest runs in and gets meleeed by the Aruni, but still gets one fire off, which I don't even think it made sound. It just happened at the same exact frame, so they trade. He gets meleeed, he gets a one-tap, gets on the plant immediately. Right here, look! He gets meleeed, fully got broken, and still, it's like frame perfect. I'm telling you, like last frame.
Seen that,
same.
Dude.
He wasn't in fully ADS, so it's like a partial hipfire, but close quarter, of course.
Can you shoot mid-ADS while you're a shield?
You can shoot before getting fully accurate. Not in the very beginning, but like as you ADS in, yeah.
Interesting. These guys are continuing to talk smack in the all chat. I mean, clearly FLUXO know Oxygen's typical game plan, right? You know, Forest is saying, you guys are counter-stratting us, huh? Because of that Glaz ban. And then they said, we run new strats. You guys are being counter-strat Carls. They also called Volps a baiting Barry.
Okay.
10 seconds insertion.
Like a Lurky Larry? Or an Anchoring Andy?
Or Lurky Leaky Fact,
Lurky Leaky Fact?
But I mean, I feel like that first round just kind of sets the tone for how ridiculous both of these two teams would like to play sometimes, right? They're just matching them each other so well with the aggression and confidence. And this is the thing. OXG said, you left the shields open. We're seeing Finger being played. Now it's Yog's turn on the Blitz instead. The line keeps being picked out to slow down the movement of FLUXO. They pushed through the line charge. Last one actually killed Gomez. That was kind of a sad moment, but you know, it is what it is. Actually, it wasn't Gomez because you know he was the clutcher, but he killed somebody else in his team rather.
Yeah.
But no, there's a lot of utility operators though. The Sense is still coming out to play. Sledge shotgun. Bombset is downstairs, but they're looking for that archives window.
I want to play execute.
There's a clash waiting for them. This could get ugly.
I like this from Dots. Great way to counter up that shield play. Dodes somehow finds Forrest.
Oh
Hello!
my God.
Adam quickly inside with the shotgun, but Volps is covering. Dots supporting with that clash, and Dodes has found a second now with that TCSG. Grixer and Yog together. Oh, they're so lit up. Especially Yog on that Blitz. I mean, that's your worst nightmare is a Blitz having low HP and no Finker to heal him up again. Desperately, he jumps inside, looks for something else elsewhere, but there's no rotate here into sight, and now the jig is up. They've been spotted on the camera, and FLUXO have top floor control. They can easily dominate from above.
Kind of funny seeing people rushing Armory Archives when it's not the bombs that just for a roam clear. And Dodes is farming, TCSG in hand, good for 3, looking for the 4. Grixer, are you ready for this one?
Yeah, look at that. Volps goes hunting, job done. And Volps immediately in the all chat calls them bots. This is classic textbook W7M.
Forrest said, bro, you got lucky, lol, play faster.
Loban says play faster, as if they're not just rushing
I
every
mean,
round.
to be fair, they went to the Archives balcony, counted to 10, and then they went. I think the Sledge was a little bit behind the curve, so they had to wait for him to, like, rappel on in. Because there was that rappel change made, I think it was upon Siege X launch, actually. You now start the rappel in animation at a closed barricade.
Yeah,
and
so
because of that,
you can hot breach with Sledge.
Exactly. So he sledgehammered in on animation, bonk, and then shotgun hand just one tapped.
Yeah. My God, these guys are spending way too much time in the all chat. Way too much time. I think Forrest should spend more time on calling the strats for his team.
I'll see for the third round. No shield picked up so far. FLUXO W7M going to the bathroom tellers portion, which not only means you get a roam clear top floor, and that's where the clash of Loban will come into play, slowing things down. They got the kite for the fountain walls as well. Surprisingly enough, yesterday when we saw FLUXO, they were not playing much utility at all, and now already in 2 rounds they brought the clash, they brought the pulse, they brought the kite, they're smoking. They are definitely giving more respect to OXG's playstyles. They're going to counter you by slowing you down.
I do wonder, are we going to see a clear here from OXG? Because
yeah, surely.
They've just rushed twice in a row. They brought the Thatcher, and funnily enough, like when you see Thatcher these days,
yeah.
I'm thinking it's a rush strike.
Yeah, get the C4.
For the C4s. It used to be you see Thatcher, like, oh, they're going to play methodical, they're going to open walls. No, now I see Thatcher, I'm like, you're rushing, aren't you?
Odds are they just saw the kite and thought, you know what, let's get that for the kite clause.
Look, that could be right.
But then again, they didn't bring any other hard destruction than Ace, which can get a singular hatch. So they do have very limited hard destruction.
Yes,
they also have no soft destruction vertically.
They shouldn't have run EMPs on Capital here. Obviously, you've got the Thatcher. You don't need the secondary EMPs. You should have brought the can openers. Pulse Shoddy is now spotted, though. That's a big ticket item to tick off the list, know about, and make sure you're not going to fall victim to late round.
Could have been worth to play breaching charges on Nomad as instead of flashbangs, because like if you get top floor control, or maybe that's not the plan. That might not be the plan, but they have no vert if they get top floor control. Right now they're just looking at Passport, looking at E-stairs. This is not a usual attack, and I'm not sure they know what they want to go for here.
Like, they haven't taken any map control. Are they going to try and push
East
waiting? You cannot clear waiting if you don't have mezzanine and East stairs control.
I think they thought there's a player bottom east, so they fired it off, hoping for the swing, but there's no one there.
They baited a kill. I don't know where Dota's died. This has been such a weird round.
Half the round is spent. They're just inside Passport, fishing for one more aggressive swing here by FLUXO, but I feel like they've made their one play, and now they're going to like play more back. Let OXG make the first moves because they got office control, fountain control. The only area that OXG have is Passport and East stairs. Those are great starting points, but it's not great end points.
Well, they're going to keep finding picks. That certainly makes it easier. They haven't looked at pressure Workshop. Dodds is still holding on. Where is the play here? Oh, here we go. Forrest is just waiting, biding his time. Dodds absolutely deletes him. And OXG start to falter a little bit. I mean, yes, they found 2 early picks, but what's the idea here? They haven't fully taken top floor. Now, Adam with the Thatcher could potentially counter that clash.
Yeah. It could be plantable, but I don't want to see the Thatcher being the planter with the gadget, right?
Yeah, and he is actually going to start to go for the plant.
No
No one's
smoke,
denying.
no C4?
Volps is just around the corner. Volps is going to straight up swing it and take him down with the SMG-11. Yeah, I really have no idea what Oxygen are doing right now. They might be able to win the round regardless just by fragging it all out. It all comes down to Volps, and they know exactly where he is. They shoot him, and that is the round done. But I'm still just so confused what the hell that was.
That was a very scrappy round by both teams, but I mean, if you're XG, you take it. And you can argue that they're playing it pretty well because they're kind of just punishing FLUXO from being so aggressive in the server. They keep swinging, so they keep getting picks. Let's call them, what was it, baiting bunnies? What was that?
Baiting Barry.
Baiting Barry, that was one.
Baiting Barries. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't think Volts was baiting. I think he was playing plant denial on the objective, and he was never cleared.
Except for the smoke canister, you know?
I mean, he could have used a smoke canister. He didn't need to. He just killed the planter with his gun.
Yeah, but it's like in a perfect world, a guy is covering that, right? So you should be able to walk in and take the kill. But you know.
True. I think that's an Oxygen problem.
I mean, that is.
I think it's funny Oxygen is calling Volps a beta when they're the ones that like literally sold their planter at the market at a discounted
But they won the
price.
round team, so it worked.
Yeah, sure. I don't know how, again, I don't know how that. They had 2 early picks. They had a numbers advantage, and then they just somehow pushed. Bathroom and Workshop found the other kills at the end of the round. To be fair, I mean, FLUXO did just abandon the top floor.
They did.
For seemingly no reason.
Well, they were worried about the bomb site. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know, this is just a weird. I feel like we've seen a lot of border.
It's just
This
that
is
it's
a
not the
weird
usual norm. Yeah.
This is a weird border so far.
We're used to people seeing always like fighting for Easter,
Fighting for
CCTV,
CC,
doing the
fighting for
clears.
break. Yeah, exactly.
The whole like 3 people passport into bomb site is a new one.
Yeah, that was
by
weird.
attackers.
But weird could be fun.
Sure, and look, this is FLUXO's map pick too. So if Oxygen continue this, 2 rounds out of 3, keep that going,
10 seconds
keep
to
that
go.
pressure on, just maybe they could find their first win of the tournament.
I was hoping for a Kali there from Adam, but he swapped off it. I feel like we've seen a good amount of variety the first 3 days here at SI.
We've seen Carly. Wait, here's a good trivia question
What's
for you.
missing?
Yeah, what operators haven't we seen
Brook,
played?
Doc, I've not seen myself.
Okay.
Kavera,
I don't think we've seen Kaveri
maybe
yet.
not. I know that was FPS I'm thinking of actually.
Let me think.
Ayana we have seen once. So Ayana was
Really?
played.
We
Yeah.
saw Yana?
Yeah, on Chalet earlier because Ace of Pyrite, the caster, showed me a clip that involved Ayana.
Random.
So we've seen I would say that we've seen a good bit of off the regular type of operators.
I'm looking at a list of all the operators. Thunderbird? I don't think we've seen
Obviously,
Thunderbird.
Thorn is played. Oh, Thunderbird's missing. Yeah.
We have definitely seen Osa.
Yeah, we have a couple times. Oryx we've seen as well. Amor we've seen. Nook I've seen.
Alibi we have.
Yeah, Alibi.
saw
Yeah, Alibi we have.
We saw Jackal.
Mossy we have. Jackal. Yeah.
So I'm getting distracted just listening to all the operators we've seen. But meanwhile, we're finally actually seeing a little bit more of a normal attack here. Fight for East Stairs. Oxygen fighting now for CCTV. I don't know how Gomez has managed to sneak in here while Dodas is still holding control of security. Somehow he didn't have the angle onto Gomez.
He's sandwiched in. Volps is east, there's behind him. Dodas is in front of him in CCTV. So you're right. How did he find himself so deep in the building? Look at this. He's in the middle of the map between 2 enemies with the case.
Wow.
That means that he needs an escort back outside the building to get to the bomb site or to go help get some kills on Dodas or Volps.
And Dodas looks like he might actually be retreating. Oh, he's going to run straight into his open hands, is he? Oh, it's a bit of a duel. Come on, Gomez. This would open up the round if he finds his kill. He's being watched, but Volps has been red. Both of them are there. And now the call-out can come from Oxygen. They know exactly where the last 2 players are, but the diffuser is now taken by FLUXO W7M. Grixer does his best Mission Impossible and dodges those lasers. But Dodas has retaken this position.
What is
Nitro
this?
Cell, easy kill onto Forest. It's Grixer in a 1v2 with the LMG.
Where is Grixer and Forrest been all around?
Why is Forrest just like baiting on the big prone on mezzanine? What the hell is he doing?
I mean, it's still winnable for Grixer, but I mean, come on, man. You gotta help your boy Gomez. He's 7 kills, can't do it all himself.
Nice
There's
shot.
one. Even health bars here, but Finka. Oh, actually, no health boost left remaining. So even ground, 1v1, 30 seconds. But Paulo has a C4.
Grixer against Palu. Palu, the GOAT himself. So many SIs we've seen him at. The first time he's played at a Six Invitational for a team other than Team Liquid. And he holds on, TCSG in hand. A few bullets and a final killing blow onto Grixer. W7M find themselves a second round.
I don't know about this one, man. It feels disappointing to see OXG just sell their teammate. And then Yaga, straight in chat, Volps bailed out again. It's a matter of, I think, just looking internally right now and thinking, what can I do to help my teammates? Because that round felt like it was a 1v3, 1v3, 1v3. Gomez was very happy to swing the hallway here with the yellow ping, but he was kind of baited because it was a 2v1, not the 1v1 he was told that he was going to be fighting. Even rounds though, 2-2. FLUXO will go downstairs to Ventilation Workshop, a very vertically oriented bomb site. The Solus gets brought out. This is one of the most common Solus bomb sites in the game. You can see both bomb sites from above, see exactly where the plant is going down, where the drones are, the claymores are jump outs. And OXG, they have two options, right? Again, go for side rush and hope that you can cut off the Solus or EMP it, or simply clear the top floor.
And we've seen a lot of rushes on border recently, not just from Oxygen in those first two rounds, but a lot of the other border games that we've seen.
The Falcons game earlier.
Yeah, oh, that was crazy.
I
think we might be going to see a bit more of it again. Like, have a look. Grim Dokkaebi,
Yeah,
Sens, Blitz, and not least Finka. This, again, is set play, telegraphed. The Solus is going to be the heart and soul of this. The Solus and the Smoke are the two big operators for me in this round and denying this rush.
I'm a big fan of OXG bringing Finka together with a shield operator. I feel like a lot of teams, they bring the shield, but without the Finka. And on one side, when you get the Finka into the action, you're investing a lot into the shield. But at the same time, the shields are so strong, they're often worth investing into.
Yeah, look, it's great until you are going up against a Smoke.
That first nade, it didn't... Oh,
it did.
I didn't hear it explode. I heard the second one only. Getting old.
The Smoke Finka damage multiplier still exists, right? Because they keep tweaking all these minor
I believe it does, yes.
So if the Finka is active, wow, a trade. Oh no, that was not a direct trade. There were 2 kills elsewhere. Grixer doubles up. Big in with the SMG-12. Looks for a little bit more. He's going, sending it all the way towards security. And he finds Volps as well. A 3K on the round. He has been the hero. He couldn't clutch up last round, but now he's finding an impact. Dota is really feeling the pressure here in security. Sees that blitz, but he needs to be careful because Gomez is hunting him. Loban 1v3.
Much better take, right? That was the OXG players playing together. 3v1 against the member in security. And the funny thing is, before that push even started, they dropped diffuser practically in spawn, so far outside the building that nobody could risk dying in a bad spot. That means they're gonna go for kills, but that's risky.
In close range, Forest should have Loban's number, but he's already low HP. And keep in mind, Loban's UMP now packs a serious punch. 2 bullets to the leg, and that will be Forest down on the ground. Don't give Loban the chance, because he'll take it and run away. Grixer, he's found 3 kills this round. He must find the final one as well to close it, to take the lead through OXG. But Loban, he's feeling so good right now. He's just turned a 1v3 into a 1v1, but Grixer will not let that slide. Cold, calm, collected, a big 4K.
The K's outside main double door, and they're thinking 3v1, let's start walking at this guy. He's shaking the bomb site. Nope, it gets way too close for comfort. Grixer, the hero, from the very beginning to the very end, finding entry after entry, and of course the entire round clutch at the end. But it does show a couple of weaknesses here from OXG. There is definitely some sloppy gameplay. There's aggression, and there's calculated aggression. And, you know, they did such a good job in the very beginning, only to then get overconfident at the end. But they get the round victory. Yeah. And in the end of the day, that's all that matters. They are 3-2 now.
Yeah. I like that. Oxygen have now showed us that they don't just have the ability to rush, but they can also go for essentially like a top floor clear, but with a lot of momentum, and it's still very fast paced.
We're just missing the diffuser. I feel like if you get that 3v1, and you get the blitz in with the case and cover, or you get the blitz pushing the glass guy with 2 guns aimed in the same direction, that's really clean gameplay. But the whole Gomez with Grim walks in first and gets headshot, and then Blitz shows up and dies after while Grixer's in the drone top floor, that just feels a little bit too uncomfortable for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, going back to operators, Thunderbird, Rook, and Duck. That's all I can say.
Yeah, Thunderbird, Rook, Dot, Cav.
And Cav. I've seen Maestro.
Funnily, that's all defenders, so that means every single attack has been played.
I will be honest with you. I have not thought about every attacker, but
It's funny because, I'm pretty confident.
I haven't seen a
every
fuse.
attacker. Yeah, we saw a fuse.
Okay, we've seen a fuse.
We've casted fuse.
Okay, we've seen a fuse.
You and me have casted a few
Okay,
rounds of
yeah,
fuse.
okay,
Come on,
we've
dude. On
seen
this
it.
map.
Yeah, we've seen a fuse. Okay.
It's funny, once upon a time, it was the attack that had... Oh, Zero. Have we seen Zero?
I haven't personally.
It was funny, though, because Zero is totally a valid operator, you might see. Apparently, our producer says it's been played on Bank
Well, we've
before.
seen a lot of operators, yeah.
It's funny, once upon a time, Attack had so many operators that were just fully out of meta. You know, like Sense, Grim,
Yeah. Even
you know,
Fuse is a shield back then, yeah.
Fuse. Like, there was so many operators just, like, unplayable on Attack. And now, yeah, teams are really changing things up.
And look here, Sense Wall off the triple to get some protection, get some self-destruction going. Has a DMR, of course. We're planting.
All
We're
right.
actually doing it.
Let's get it done,
There's
boys.
no one here.
He's snuck in the backside.
genius.
He's forcing the plant down. And in the 5 versus 5, FLUXO have a bit of a wake-up call. It's time to answer the phone. Time to figure out where the hell Oxygen have put that diffuser down. But the post plant is too strong. A first kill, a down. Loban finally brings something back, but Gomez is locking this down for Oxygen. 4v2. Palu and Volps are finally making their way into the bomb site, but Palu has still got to deal with the Blitz, who's still inside of Tellers on the site. Palu is way too late. He's about to get a face full of Forest, who will find him with that Blitz. A quick chuckle, and the North American squad have another round on the board.
Now that is a nice round from OXG. They've been playing this roam clearing style for so long. At the very end, their final attacking round, they'll just hit the site directly, knowing that FLUXO have been so good at giving up that space, expecting that very aggressive roam clear up above. That is counterplay. That is foresight. That is calculated. That is so much better. And they get a clean final round victory on their attacking side. 4-2 up. They'll go back to defense, and they keep having words towards Volps. Paolo, are you the side player? The bump is down, son. What are you doing?
We're down into another operator ban phase as we switch the halves. These guys will not get out of the all chat, man. Forrest does not stop, man. Like, at this point, I'd be muting you.
I mean, it's smart, right? You pick the blitz, you run it down. If you die fast, back to the chat. If you stay alive, plant and then keep typing.
Dude, what, a year and a half?
Alamo, 2 points.
Oh my god. Forrest, dude. Like, this is, yeah, I don't know, man. It's such a clear rage bait. Like,
It's gotta be.
no, there's no way this
gotta
isn't
be.
rage bait. Like, he's just laughing. He's just trying to get under their skin, trying to distract them.
The thing is, you can do really poor rage bait, but if you're also winning at the same time, you're bound to tilt your
Doesn't matter.
opponent.
Yeah, that's the
Because it's
thing.
like, you know, you can say whatever you want, but if you're up 4-2, Volps, you know, he's 5-5, he's
Yeah.
bound to be a little bit triggered.
It's also like the most tilting thing when you're getting rage baited by the bottom fragger. Like, it'd be different if it was Gomez being like, I'm so much
He
better
hasn't
than
said
you
a
guys.
word, dude.
But nah, he's been silent. I mean, it's funny. Grixer had one good 4K. Aside from that, he's only had 2 kills in this game.
Yeah,
Forrest,
but he won a round.
true, he single-handedly won a round. But like, Forrest has
5
just
seconds
been
remaining.
like doing nothing except the chat.
Hey, he planted last round, okay?
True, and he did get the final kill.
Yeah.
But you know, it's he's definitely been a lot more active in the chat box than he has in the server.
This is one we don't see every day.
Oh,
A
almost
lot
saw
of people
him
don't
too.
tend to take that staircase on the attacking side, but there's a risk.
Yeah.
It's funny, it's something that has changed a lot. Okay, in the very first couple of years of the game, I feel like spawn peaks weren't as common, and people kind of spawned anywhere on a map without much thought. In the last 5 years especially, there are certain spawn points in the game that are just insanely risky.
Yeah.
Like Cafe, if you spawn Christmas Market, you're bound to be stuck in spawn. Like, you're asking for it, right? There's just certain areas where you should not go there.
Yeah. No, you're right.
It's funny how that's changed. Because spawns don't get changed like practically ever. Because like ain't no one worried about the spawn.
They've nerfed a lot of spawn peaks.
Thankfully.
Yeah.
Bank main door
dude,
on ATMs.
You remember when what it used to be like? Like year 1 spawn peaks, dude? You could run outside for 5 seconds.
Yeah. I mean, that's why people spawn. They weren't spawn peeking. We called it spawn rushing. They ran into your spawn.
Yeah. Oh, you remember the old Clubhouse C4 spawns?
Yeah, that too. This could actually just be as simple as around. They're running at... Oh, my... The window's open,
there's a lot of impacts and a C4 here for OXG. So I think this is going to be a very challenging execute for FLUXO. We do have Loban down below with the buck.
This one C4 has to save the round because there's no Thatcher. It should hit, but the timing is crucial. Gotta play the perfect in-game sound, and Bug is below waiting for you as well.
Gomez contesting this with the DMR though. It could be deadly.
Fire.
Out comes the fire.
Shield.
Surely the plant will follow shortly.
Baiting it. Plant.
Dots begins planting.
Call.
Grixer is waiting for it, and then he commits, and Dots baits it perfectly. So well done. An impact, though, will destroy the shield. He's going to have to get his second one, but FLUXO have managed to whittle away against 2 kills.
Ooh.
Another shot into the foot for Gomez. And with that, the Osa is down. FLUXO have to pick up the pieces of this tattered round and look for another plan.
Has to be a smoke now from Cameron to second attempt. Loban on fire downstairs, too. Has to maybe help his team upstairs. It's a 2v4 on the bomb side.
This is time to send it upstairs, I think. He has to go for it. He has to get up there and support his team. But Gomez should have the site on lock. Loban has found one, but Gomez stands his ground. A triple kill, out with the pistol, but he goes down to Loban as well. Forrest now on for a flank. He's got the info, and he's made it a 1v1. Let's see if he can walk the walk like he talks the talk. Palu to force down the plant. Diffuser halfway done, but he baits it. Forrest knows about it. Scorpion in hand, Palu peppers a bit of damage, and Forrest clutches it! He can hang with the big boys! He doesn't just have a bark, he's got a bite!
Forrest running circles around the map. He started upstairs, ran all the way down below, played with the buck a little bit, and then ended up having to chase his own tail up the middle stairs for a late round flank in the 1v2. But Gomez, he bought enough time. He got enough kills to give that space to Forrest. That, and the bulletproof camera information, was enough to give Forrest the call on where to push and when to take the fight.
Oh man, and look, he's looking a little bit more locked in now.
Yeah,
He's spent
getting serious.
so much of this game just talking smack in the all chat, and now he is locked in. 5-2. Penguin, what was your expectation coming into this game? Because I'd made it pretty clear that I was thinking, look, Oxygen matched up poorly against Secret, an aggressive team. FLUXO was so aggressive against EP. They looked so confident on border. I thought this was going to be a bit of a whitewash. 2-0.
Well, it's funny because my whole point was that FLUXO had to give a bit more respect in the server, and they're almost giving too much respect, I think. First attacking round to go for a very default archives push with the OSA, almost nobody in the building. Second round here showing the Muncie with Aura also showing maybe not going to be the most aggressive style to it. It feels like FLUXO yesterday, they just went for guns blazing, can outmatch Enterprise. And they did, right? Very successfully. But here, it's a whole different game plan. But mind you, when you've shown Border in a game just a day ago, and you're gonna go up against OXG who you know watched that game, you might just want to flip that strat book upside down and do something different. That could just be what this is.
That's true.
They don't want to be predictable.
Well, FLUXO came into this game with a clear read on what Oxygen were going to do, and they were wrong. The Glaz ban didn't pan out, didn't matter in the end because Oxygen had too many new ideas up their sleeve. And now, well, Oxygen, first player has been spotted. Adam contesting that vert all the way up inside a break room. Good kill for Dotas.
Bit of a reset. I really think that you can just play around dots now on the Muncie. You got your pick, you got numbers of events, you got really good drones already pre-placed deep in the building. The only way to really lose now is you start throwing bodies for no reason. And mind you, they got Raw Aura, they got the Grim, they got the Muncie. They have so many ways to either displace the defenders of OXG or fortify their own player positions with information or counter intel. The Dots goes into custom, sees a player by the vert, has to avoid the verticality himself, but don't turn your back to the enemy either. OXD, very much fighting back.
And here comes the Rayora. That's actually going to give Forrest a little bit of space, funnily enough. And now the numbers are even. Dotas has been caught. I didn't see where that went down. Looks like they're trying to mount an attack through Passport. What is it with both of these teams and looking to really pressure Passport on a Teller's attack? Oxygen did the same thing.
It feels a little bit to me like FLUXO are not sure exactly where to go because they're flipping the attack for the 3rd time, but in the midst of that chaos, Volps does find a free pick. Over-rotate upstairs. Yogg is dead, as is Adam. Now they're in E stairs at the other side of the building. Another default cam falls. The map darkening from the dead players of OXG. They can't call exactly where this attack will come from. And to be honest, I don't know it either. Dots has to show us still where that Monty wants to go.
Oh, big run out. This could be something. Oh,
nothing.
Palu gets him. Bit too ambitious there, Gomez. And you get red. You can't pull the wool over the eyes of a player that's been to 8 Six Invitationals. 2v4 now. OXG look desperate. Grixa with the boss G, but he misses his critical shot. And now he needs to fall back. FLUXO just need to convert this numbers advantage. They got 30 seconds to do so. Palu misses his opportunity, but Volps does not. Forrest is clutched up the 1v1. He won't have the same luck in a 1v4. Or will he? First one found, plant down, but Palu's got him dead to rights. And FLUXO W7M look to try and mount a comeback.
They got the right players in the right positions. They control customs upstairs to E stairs. And honestly, yes, they did have to make a couple of different decisions. You know, 3 rotations. First upstairs, then passport, then E stairs. But they did get full map control in the end with it. Highly successful, combined with OXG making some crazy runouts like a punish deeply. Paolo shutting down 2 separate players by simply just holding his ground.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
That's the thing, OXG, they've got to be careful. They keep playing aggro. They keep playing right into FLUXO's waiting arms. Another round of defense for them, and this time they go all the way down to Vent's Workshop. It's their first time giving this one a go. And this is the bomb site I feel like we see the most rushes on. Like a lot of teams will go for those Vent's rushes. What's the plan here from FLUXO? You got plenty of ideas that you can run with. We've seen the Osa, we've seen the Rayora, now the Monty's being teased out. OXG got to be ready for anything. And they're not running a Solus here, mind you.
No, they are not. Bomb side could be a bit weak. Last second attacker repick though. Away from Monty onto the Brava. They get Lion on the board. This kind of just screams top floor roam clear, nice and slow, do the vert, lock down the flanks. Very old school style attack.
Yeah,
and again,
sledge combo.
Exactly, just for good measure in case of a C4, right?
Yeah.
And you can still afford to entry in case one dies. The thing that does surprise me though is that, again, FLUXO, I expected a lot more chaotic gameplay. I like we see them a bit more restrained in the server. But I do think it can match up really nicely against OXG's playstyle. Forrest is getting picked off very early.
Where was that?
He jumped. He
bro.
He jumped out the window.
Come on.
Okay.
Look,
he must have been hiding, and then Volps popped the window open, and he jumps out himself. I guess something like that.
Maybe a drone bait.
Yeah, something like that. And Lobin. He's been good playing these kind of +1 positions where the 4 other members are trying to do plan A. Lobin lurks for plan B. And just, again, he's scouting the middle of the building, that customs portion to blue. And if he gets a freebie, that's 5v3. And you can start pressuring the bomb site. If he doesn't find anybody, they know it's clear.
Yeah, I like this. Very passive lurk. But on this bomb site, that customs position is so powerful, especially in the late round. And there's so many reasons why OXG may move into it. Perhaps it would be Yoga dropping down there in the late round. I mean, he could always... no, he actually doesn't have any way of opening the hatches, unfortunately. Volps starts to make his way in from Passport as well. Gomez and Yogurt together are playing in CCTV and Break. Here we go. So now the hatches are going to get opened by Gomez, but they actually have info on Lobin down below, so it's a very different story, and Gomez wants to take the fight.
Yeah, I think OXG, they start to feel the pressure, things kind of falling apart. They need to find a kill somewhere, an answer to their problems. But Dota is just waiting, holding angles with the ACOG in hand, superior weaponry on this distance. But Adam falls elsewhere to Palu, who's really starting to wake up in the series.
We start to see the cracks here in the defense for OXG. We start to see FLUXO building this momentum. Yogg will trade, immediately drop down. Lobin's waiting for him, but he doesn't get the kill. Not immediately. Shotgun in hand. No, rather, that's the L85, and he takes him down. Grixa will trade, but he needs a lot more than that. In a 1v3, the Thorn must do it all.
He's getting wall banged. These damn DMRs, man. It's 1 point of health. He needs something in the server. Finds a headshot. 35 seconds.
Volps and Dots can't afford to play this wrong. Volps can go and rejoin the team, but no, he'll ego chow. He'll take that fight. He'll take that one any day of the week, and he'll take W7M one step closer to tying the score.
And he says, sit. None. N-O-N-E. None.
Forrest says, you bait. Dude, you jumped out a window.
Oh my God.
And then Volp says, you got baited.
Now that's first death. That's Forrest getting silly with it.
Yeah, he is such a, like, it's just such a rage bait. It's so obviously rage bait from Forrest at this point.
Operator bans.
Killed by
Oh, okay. Just gonna say it.
Warden, here we go.
I really like the fact that both teams have read into the Glass Warden ban and the Warden Ying ban at the same time.
It's so funny.
And here, the thing is, I was gonna say this: when you ban the Warden, they can ban the Ying, you get the Glass, or you ban the Glass, you get the Ying. That should be the train of thought here to utilize the power operators.
Oh, here we go.
Oh,
Volps is now targeting Gomez. Talking to him
Gomez
in
hasn't said a
Portuguese.
word still. He's just sitting there.
Can I just say the one guy in the server who hasn't said a word is top fragging, by the way.
No, he is-
14 and 6.
He's focused on the task at hand, getting OXG a W.
He's like, damn it.
His teammates, however, they're just here to try and tilt FLUXO into the ground.
Gomez is Brazilian,
Attackers
right? I'm not
located
crazy.
the bomb.
Gomez
crazy
is
on that.
Brazilian.
Yeah.
Yes, he is. You know, Gomez,
Yes.
Diaz Lucas, the
Yeah, 'cause
Brazilian
that was
duo for M80 back
exactly,
in the day.
back in the day, right?
That's
and
it.
Kino.
Well, Kino's still there.
Yeah,
But yeah,
he's,
trio, I
He's
guess.
also Brazilian. You're leaving out
is.
in one of the Brazilians on that
Yes.
roster.
He's Brazilian when he's losing, but American when he's winning. I think that's how it goes, no?
That's like how D Plus and
Yeah.
Elevate APAC when they're
Exactly.
winning. Brazilian when they're
my
losing.
APAC goats! My Brazilian frauds! It's the hate watching versus love watching style. And there are two sides to every Siege player.
There are really is. All right, so lock-in time for Oxygen. You've had a lead 5-2, now slipped to 5-4. One last chance to hit map point without FLUXO catching up. I do feel like the Brazilians have started to wake up.
Oh, they have. Obviously, the first couple of rounds in the BO3 is about feeling out your opponent's playstyle, what's changed from the previous opponent. When you go from Enterprise into OXG, there should be a couple of differences. I like this pace though from FLUXO early on. They don't want to throw any bodies early. Always Monty first in the building. Again, establish that first bit of map control, assess the situation, and go from there. The big obstacle for this one could be the mirror windows. They do have the Hibana X Kairos, but certain mirror window positions can be hard to breach with their range destruction because you can shoot them from crossfires in different areas of the map. Such a quiet round.
Yeah, just a lot of measuring before making the first incision. Defense is keen to peek. I mean, Gomez is playing security with the DMR. That's the pivotal position. Yogg's also got long-range capability with the Boss G. He's playing security as well. So it's a lot of investment here from OXG into maintaining control of that position. Not to mention, you've got your mirrors.
Yeah.
You've got your mine magnets to protect you as well. Yogg's also going to be hard to drone. Well, never mind. Don't need the drone. It's just kill him,
Nope,
dude.
he's dead.
Oh, on the Pixelify as well. That's why you bring the Boss Chi. Dodas is hungry for more, though. He's looking to catch up with Gomez.
I like this from Dots. He's pushing into security
Ooh,
to,
wow.
again,
Damage
dislodge
done.
the defenders, but Gomez is ice cold. He does not care about the Monty at all, it seems like. Until now.
Now he's feeling a bit of pressure. Impact actually damages himself, but if teammate damage, Volps will take one down. Gomez is going to fall as well to Dodas, who controls the 90 hallway. Grixa with it all to do. 1v5. A consolation frag, but he's got a lot more to do. Nitro Cell goes to waste while the Monty is still at large, marching into side. The Deimos will track him.
Oh,
it's just a
boy.
matter of time before he goes down. And FLUXO W7M tie the scoreboard.
This is where I'm gonna get a little bit worried about the operator bans, right? The Monty has been so good every round that was brought out by FLUXO W7M, and yet they opted to ban the Ying. And I just feel like, well, first of all, it's going to be an OXG timeout, but I feel like it's only going to get harder from here because FLUXO has figured out OXG's pace.
So what do OXG have to say? If we're really lucky and really quiet as a mouse, maybe, just maybe, we'll be able to listen in.
Not a word.
No.
I think there is no microphone in that room right now.
Oh,
Oh, wait.
Yeah, we're trying. So it's actually... Oh, here we go. We might be able to hear Kizzy. Let me get the job done.
That's such a forced thing to say. The thing is, I feel
I
like
love that guy. He's so fun.
Forrest reminds me of my old teammate Yunus in this case. Because he's what we call the perfect soldier. You say, go in and 1v5. And he'll go, yes, I will get the job done. I will do my best.
I will do my best.
And he might fail, but he will do as he is told. It's a classic case of, let me get the job done. I got this one, boys. And then you might troll the play entirely, fail, whatever, but you genuinely believe that you can get it done. And I think that sense of, even if it's false confidence or if you're just delusional confidence, whatever, I think it goes a long way. In this case, it was about the vigil. Forrest said, let me play the vigil. I will get that job done. And it's playing that disruption game where you just kind of like running around, gadget pop, I don't know where I am, shoot a bit, run away, whatever. Just annoying your opponent a bit. Pair that with the Mossy from Gomez, it can be damn tricky to get your drones in and get any active, relevant information all of a sudden.
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, so unfortunately we didn't really get much of an inkling on what the plan was, but yeah, second last chance here now,
I mean,
on defense.
If you look at the lineup, right, it could be a matter of denying them the information and then playing some traps to weaken the attackers, but the problem will always come back to this. There is no single solution for the Monty. So you can play Vigil, you can play the Mossy or Mute, whatever. Monty will still just walk in face first and go, this room is clear, there's an enemy here, enemy over there. And that's the problem with the Monty. It is a sole operator that does a very specific job that no one else can really replace.
Yeah.
Banning the Blitz just means you ban some of the aggression and the injury capabilities, but you can still injury with Blackbeard, with Monty, with Fuse Shield, with Osa in theory.
Yeah.
So
There's nothing really you can do against a Monty walking up to you unless if you have a specific piece of utility to deal with that.
Echo could be pretty good here, but it's hard to draw on a border.
Hard to justify sitting on your cams
Yeah.
on such a small map.
It is. You can get rushed.
Just maybe the Ella, if Yoga keeps a few of those Grismots in pocket, might be able to fight. Maybe the impacts from Forrest or Grixa or Gomez's C4 could help. But we'll see. The way FLUXO used the Monty last round was devastating. For me, something I'm really watching out for, Pengu, is at the start of this round, who finds the opening kill?
Yeah.
Every single round that FLUXO have been on the attack, they've been the ones opening up with a first kill.
And it's because of this reason right here. They're playing very slow early on, very methodical, very precise. There goes the C4. Big piece of util wasted. Flashed as well. Forced to fall back straight into his grave.
It's just so textbook. It's just so well played. Here comes the Nitro Cell. Grixa baits him, and Dots will fall. Forrest is covering Palu, who desperately tries to refrag his dead Montaigne. And with that, Oxygen have flipped the script. Lopen will at least bring back the numbers to an even situation. Good info gathering from Lopen as well. There was a ping on Forrest's position, and now numbers have flipped again. Yogg and Adam to try and do their best at holding on in the 2 versus 3.
The good news is, no more Dugaby calls, no more line charges, no more Monty. It's just about the gunfighting, and they got the Fenrir and the Ella up alive. Great guns, great pre-placed gadgets, and the yellow pink information. They know they're outside on the balcony. If Adam goes for a swing and finds one player, you're back to even numbers, and it's going to be much more winnable when it's even.
And Adam has the bulletproof camera that one of his dead teammates is watching inside our archives to try and support him and call out when Dodez is going for it. It's a crossfire, and Adam wins the fight! Suddenly, Oxygen have a chance at putting themselves on map point. FLUXO need Volps and Loben to step up. Both of them have already broken 10 kills. And now Loben approaches the bomb site. SMG-12 in hand. 2 flashes in pocket. As the first and second go out, it should be a full blind situation. But there's a crossfire! He dominates the first! Adam will stand tall for 1 and for the double! And he is back in action, my friends! Adam has brought Oxygen map point once again.
It's crazy how it was actually the 2 easier shots that ended up winning him the round, because mind you, when it was that 2v3, it was the white peak on Archive Store halfway across the map. That's the hard shot to hit. That's the one that he opened up that clutch with. And then he just stood his ground. Loben did not think there was going to be a second player in Archive, so therefore he sprinted straight in and met his end. FLUXO 5-6 call their tech timeout.
Oh, Norris. Come on, man.
He's going to have the vibes here. We're going to go over here. We're going to go over there. That's a good idea. That's a great idea. Yeah, more of that. Give him more. Give him more. Come on, guys.
Volps is just like,
He's got the Italian hands.
What am I going to have for dinner after this?
He's like, Hydration, of course, very important.
There we go. Wow, they're so locked in.
You know, Norris himself he's been through a lot, and I mean that in a positive way. Like, he's been through the rise of the old W7M that is now Furia, and through all of that, then they pick up a new roster and you're thinking, this is doomed, and then they win the major, and then they get this iteration of the roster, and Paolo joins, and Norris has been there through all of it. And I thought for the longest time Norris was purely a manager, because he's such a vibes guy. But the guy is much more involved than what meets the eye when you just cross him in the hallway, I think. Because he's always this big smile, happy face.
Norris wasn't with W7M for the Furia time.
Am I trolling? Am I thinking of Lowe's?
You're trolling. He was on Lowe's, dude.
Lowe's.
Which is the same roster as this.
I'm trolling. I'm sorry.
And
I
before
thought
he
he
was Team 1. No.
I'm trolling.
No,
He was not a manager
It
for
says
them?
right here he joined W7M in March of 2024, which was exactly when Furia picked up that
It's
old
good
W7M
that you fact check
roster.
because I actually thought he was with that squad, then went to Lowe's, then came here. I thought that was his journey. I'm just wrong. I'm blatantly wrong.
Oh, come on. What do you mean results? Coaching. Here we go. So, bear with us. Can you play some elevator music for me? So, his first S-tier event was SI 2023 with Team 1 Los. And then he just basically has followed this team the whole time.
But there is, wait, go up.
Well,
That's 2025. It's not an order of dates, yeah.
I have to sort it by dates. So you can see his first...
No, you're right.
So if you scroll really far back, in 2022 he was with Team 1, which eventually became Los.
Maybe I got my wires twisted. It was actually the one roster I was thinking of and not the W7 roster from way back.
But look, that Los roster was actually really good. Let's not forget, they went
he's still been around.
They went to SI 23, got top 12 there. SI 24 wasn't so great. But Atlanta, of course, they were the runners-up. They actually lost to the then W7M, now Furia roster. And yeah, so Norris has been through a lot, but he's been...
But for different teams.
Yeah, well, for this team. Through
not,
and through.
Not Furia team.
And yeah, I think we really gained a lot of respect for him in Rio when we got to see him during all of the
drawing
bullet
show
format, the draw show. Yeah, and really a lot of respect given to him and to this team as a whole.
So a slow start though. The boys had the wisdom of Norris, and I don't think too much is going to change. We're again expecting them to punish OXG by them swinging first, but I think one big shake-up here, Grixer on the Clash. This is the all answer to shut down players pushing you, to hold on to a specific area.
Especially with that Monty that we've seen so much of. It's not picked this round, but we've seen plenty of it.
Oh, Lobin's very low on health as well. This could be OXG's round.
Oh, the balls. Wow, that was quick. And Dotas finds a second as well. He's eclipsed 14 kills, looking to overtake Gomez. But Lobin is very low. Oh my god, Volps. You had a chance, but he's worried about the bait.
No.
Surely not. Palu comes to support. It's going to be a kill for Volps. Gomez shut down. Grixer now on the Clash is all alone. Forrest tries to support him from deep on the side. It's all up to Grixer as he makes his way back. He needs to sneak on through, but Palu closes it. It's a big round for Palu. Double kill with the AR-33. This game is going the distance.
Paulu's everywhere. I'm telling you, all these attacking rounds, he finds himself in the right place at the right time to save a teammate or save a round. And it's funny because in the first half, he's nowhere to be seen. Then he just spawns in and says, I'm going to be the hero. Time and time again. OXG, I was praising the Clash, but there was no one even remotely close to the operator. They were trying to flank from office into east. There was just read easily by FLUXO. Spread very far apart for a very small map. Those OXG defenses, and things will not change in OT. They stay on the same side.
I liked the idea for Oxygen here, right? Clash has got info on this one isolated player of Volps. Let's send two guys after him. Problem is, Palu was there waiting. And with him and Volps holding that crossfire, neither of those Oxygen players could breathe. Volps is now talking mad smack. 3 and 12. Oh my, he says. That's Yogg. Once upon a time, Yogga was like a young up-and-coming fragger in North America.
Yeah.
He's now been around the block quite a few times. He's been to, let me double-check my numbers here. Is it 6 SIs?
I was going to say 6 as well.
Oh, I've got it written somewhere. Wait. 6 Invitationals for Yogg now. And he's recently transitioned into an IGL role for this roster. And look, from what I've heard from people who know the North American scene well, they wouldn't typically imagine Yogg to be an IGL figure. And he's struggling in the fragging department. It's a lot of extra pressure as soon as you have that leadership role.
It is. It's definitely like it's very few people in the world that that can take the IGL role and not have a 20-30% decrease in individual performance.
Yeah.
Because there's so much more you're thinking of beyond just yourself. But York has had a really rough first game 2 days ago and a really rough game so far here on Border. But with that being said, OXG as a team are a bit disjointed and keep dying solo, peeking windows, jumping out and doing silly things, and that's not going to make York's job easier because it means he has less people to control around him to get the job done.
This is looking perfect here from FLUXO W7M. You've got the Brava in the site to clear out a lot of utility. You've got the Glaz as well. He's got to find the bulletproof camera first because that's what's just EMP'd his
Yeah, but now
drone.
he's got 2 drones, so one of them is going to work, right?
Yeah, there you go. Got to hack that. Okay, nice.
Get this. Nice.
There's just no way that this isn't an easy round for FLUXO.
It looks really easy, right? You got glass smokes, you hack the BP, there's practically no plant. In fact, there's no plant denial, no intel. This could just be an archives
where
plant.
are Oxygen?
There's 1 in security, 1 in 90, and 2 in office.
Okay, here we go. Adam is the only player in archives right now poised to try and
But
prevent
he can't stop the glass.
plant.
He has a beep boop. That's it.
Yeah, he doesn't have a
Look,
nitro. So
they're gonna walk up with dots on the staircase. They're gonna toss it in the smoke. They're gonna plant probably by the window, and then they're gonna start laughing because it's OT.
Warden ban coming into fruition here for FLUXO W7M. Dodas, though, gets distracted elsewhere. I really feel like the Brazilians could just be focusing up on archives right now, and yet they're still distracted
They're
with
deep
the
in
other
archives.
side of the map. It feels like it's just Palu all alone here.
Where's
trying
the plant dots?
one man the entire bomb site. Thankfully, we've hit some kills from Loban and Dots to make things look a little bit more possible now. And Yog is trapped on the other side of the map. Loban is cutting him off. Dots, though, patient. He doesn't force the plant down too early. And now there's a rotate from down below. Grixa has an impact, but you can still plant safely on the concrete in the bomb site. And there's 2 players ready and waiting to cover. Oxygen have to spring into action now, into the retake. Do they know where any of these players are? Because, well, Palu's gone back outside. Dots is in archives. And Loban inside of Fountain. He's been spotted by Yog. But with that, it's just Yog left. Palu outside, Dots prone on the floor, and it's an easy finish to a long game for FLUXO W7M. 7-5 is the scoreline, and Oxygen... Oh, wait. Oh, my God. It's 7-6.
7-6.
Wow, it had to have...
It's hard.
Oh,
It's not easy when it's hard.
Dude, I thought that was it.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if you noticed, but I actually thought the game was over.
No, I thought you were just hyping up the moment for what it
No,
was. You know,
no,
it's a big moment for FLUXO.
I was like, why aren't we cueing the victory music? Brother.
This has just been a chalked map. You know, just go with that. It's been a chalked map. We can do better. Okay, OXG can do better. And FLUXO can do a little bit better too. Today, this is on us. We own this.
I'd like to formally apologize.
They can.
But it worked well.
This game has been so weird. I don't know what it is.
No, it has. I do agree. It has been a bit of a roller coaster, bit of a circus at times, but it is shaping up to get better and better and more competitive. OXG, you know, I feel a little bit for York here because he did everything himself that round, and he got himself in the 1v2, you know, post plant, they're fouled the building, nothing you can really do, but he tries and he tries. But they keep playing 4v5. They keep losing opening member.
Stop throwing in the start of the round,
5
boys.
seconds to go.
It's been a long time since we saw Oxygen on the attack, but they were pretty good in that first half. 4-2 split, if you recall.
Yeah.
Let's see if they can conjure up a little bit of that magic they had at the start of this game. And we're actually seeing for the first time an Osa out of the Oxygen side.
Mind you, that was that small buff to Osa where you put down the shield a little bit faster. Not super significant, but it's a nice bit of quality of life change. You're less exposed, or you're exposed for less time rather when you do it. I just feel like we've seen this Osa Archives door plant one too many times the last 5 years, and I just feel like it shouldn't really have much of a chance of working. No. It very well might, but I feel like it's definitely difficult.
Look, there are no impacts.
But the Thatcher
There are
helps.
2 C4s.
The Thatcher.
But the big question for me is the DMR of Dodes and the TCSG out of Dots. Because when we saw FLUXO running the strat on the Osa, it was
Gomez hit the shot.
It was the Gomez DMR that absolutely farmed him.
They popped the first score canister. There's the Thatcher rework. You can catch any C4 mid-air, but there are 2 of them. You could time it.
He's going for it right now.
Dutch just peeked it.
Yoga is covering.
That's one.
The first C4 gets taken down. The second
Did he just
one
walk in?
is absent. Yoga's covered with the LMG, leaving FLUXO W7M reeling.
Oh!
Nice shot by Loben. He's going to have a miraculous position, though. Here.
Oh, what?
Another one for Loben.
He jukes
Manages
the
to
nade?
dodge the nade. Pressure from down below. It's being covered by Gomez vertically, and Yog, another nade, will confirm that kill into the 2v2. It's Dodes and Palu, who have both been so phenomenal today. One must cover, and one must get on that case right now. Palu, the father, tries to step up, but he has no idea that he's being shot from the balcony. Yoga can sprint in, see them both, and claim their lives. We're going the distance, Pengu. 15 rounds of Oxygen and FLUXO here on Border.
Phenomenal post plant. Having a player below on the tight angle covering the long arm, having the player outside on the balcony covering the close arm as well. They nullify each other perfectly, saying there is no safe way to go for a counter defuse in the post plant. And I gotta say, there were some great shots hit that round, but it's all for nothing because post plant is superior to almost everything in this game. And the very simplistic Osa plant with Thatcher rework, it worked so well. But it looked kind of funny seeing FLUXO just walking with 2 people, just getting boop, boop. They had nothing they could do because they have no plant denial.
Attackers need to locate and
Just the C4s, and it's a bit unreliable these days. I take it back. The Osa Thatcher plant
Osa
is
Thatcher
amazing.
was good. I mean, look, if there were impacts, maybe a different story.
There
You
are a
can't
lot of
counter the impacts.
countermeasures, and the reason why I'm not a fan of that attack is because you don't know if they have impacts or C4s in pocket necessarily until it happens.
Also, another way that could have been countered is just anyone playing
Anyone below.
Like, you don't even need any util. You just need to be below that soft floor.
Which is the funny thing here is, right, that FLUXO, they actually had a player themselves, the Buck, downstairs when they did the attack. But then they were completely oblivious to it when they were defending. But again, it's been a long game, 7-7. You're bound to forget, to miss some of these things, the small minor details. Gomez, again, still, haven't said a word in the chat, he's 18-10. He has not slowed down. He's still getting a bunch of kills all the freaking time. He's bound for a 20 bomb, James. 2 more to go. Last round.
It's possible. Gomez has been so good. He's really making up for the fact that some of his teammates have struggled. A lot of opening deaths for Oxygen.
Are they rushing? They're rushing!
Oh, it's a rush. They're straight into the building. Volps with the Blackbeard, but he gets nitroed out of this world. The battle continues. FLUXO. They need to reposition. They need to get back in the building, but 2 of them are outside. Dota's in offices with that diffuser. Cold on the ground in tellers. Grixer may be low on HP, but look at this. 2 C4s still available for OXG. They've weathered the storm of this early rush, and they're set up very nicely to continue to talk up the pressure here, but not if Loben keeps landing shots like that. Adam is down, out of the game, and FLUXO have a chance to recompose.
Grixer, 1 point of health and 1 C4. So important to stay alive, to have that piece of util in pocket. But mind you, there are 2 full minutes left. The awkward part, you said already, when you go for a side rush and you have people staying outside the building, you're going to have a hard reset in this round. And the thing is, FLUXO can now start hard destroying, do some DMR soft destruction vertically, get their flank drone set up, and that's actually pretty smart from Palu. Instead of having a player on the bomb site window, there's a drone in the window frame. It's visually cutting the bomb site in half. They'll know if anybody crosses left to right or vice versa. And it's smart because it means they can keep 3 people in the building looking to pick it apart rather than having a guy AFK vulnerable on that window who could get swung and die. And that would even the numbers down. But there's still, again, over a full minute to go. FLUXO will utilize as much of this as they can.
It's a waiting game for Oxygen, isn't it? And Forrest, look, for all the smack that he has talked in this game, he needs to stand up now. He needs to have a big impact. And he's just around the corner from Loben, who's looking for his 19th kill of the game.
Good read.
Forrest been spotted by Palu from way downtown. Grixer's got to do it all himself.
I think they know he's somewhere in there.
Does Loben check the corner? He doesn't! And it's a freebie for Grixer. How does he duel this? Still a C4 in pocket. He could always go upstairs, use the cardiac sensor. He could double back. He's got the UMP. It packs a punch as Dotas
C4
looks to try and find the plant.
C4.
Is he going to stick it?
Come on.
The nitro cell is available.
It's good.
And
It's
it
good.
goes. and Oxygen take a deep breath and get the job done. FLUXO W7M gave them a run for their money, but the North Americans are here to make a statement.
One health and a dream. 1 C4 on the board for the entire team. And that is all OXG and Grixer had. It's all they needed, and it's what they used to get the job done. A surprising first map, a turbulent first map, but OXG, it was a hard-fought victory.
And a well-deserved one at that. The Bulls have a lot of questions to answer. They looked in control the whole way through. It felt like it was going to be a FLUXO W7M map. And yet at the final hurdle, a big 1v3 clutch from Grixer to finally get Border done. Next up, though, of course, it's not done. We've got Bank afterwards.
Yeah, we
could even go to the third map, but Oxygen... after struggling yesterday against Secret, this is exactly what they needed, a win under their belts.
19 Gomez, 18 Lobin, almost just battling to get it there. 100% custom Lobin they value every single round, but James, we need a small break before we return with map number 2.
Stars around us fade to black.
Fade to black. Man, I could pump that all day long.
It is a good song.
Such a good song, man. I'm so excited to see Offenbach in person. When we get
Are they?
That's what I heard. I heard the rumor.
Oh, you heard the
I
rumor?
heard
Oh,
a
really?
rumor.
I haven't
don't
heard
know.
that rumor.
I don't know. I heard a rumor
Okay,
that
I'm
they're
down.
playing live.
I'm
but
down for that.
We got to get to the main stage before that happens.
that's
In order to
true.
get to the main stage, we got to get through groups. In order to get through groups, we got to get through FLUXO W7M and Oxygen. What a first map. 8-7 banger. And, man, Gomez, he really stepped up that game. Look, Loban also was really impressive, 142 EPS, but if we just focus up on Gomez for a hot minute, 19 kills. He almost broke that 20 bomb.
He did, and the thing about Gomez is that it felt like at times, especially in the first half, he was the only person fighting back for OXT. He was like, please, help this man. And then eventually, other people started really showing up. Yogg, big shot as well. The final 3 rounds, he got into the battle every single time and got himself a couple of kills. But on the other side of FLUXO W7M, they were all fighting back all the time. It was a rough matchup. And if you watched it, it was an 8-7 banger going the distance. Gomez again popping off round 1, 2, 3, always going for those montage clips.
Yeah, no, it was great. And look,
This round, this C4, if this gets shot, by the way, they can just plant and win the round possibly. But look, so close.
didn't quite have the reaction time there. There's Gomez getting ready for Bank, which is next up for OXG. It's their map pick. And we're about to get into it. Oxygen and FLUXO. We haven't seen FLUXO play Bank as of yet, but yesterday against Secret, Oxygen really struggled. They lost 7-3, and yet they have enough confidence that they're happy to pick it again today.
Surprisingly enough, yeah. And if you know anything about Brazil, they are quite formidable at Bank. If you look at teams like FaZe, NIP, Furia, they all played at a very high level. That doesn't necessarily mean that FLUXO will as well, but they scrim those exact teams all the goddamn time, probably also on Bank. So there's a good shot here. We need a third map.
And it looks like Oxygen have still won the hearts and minds of you back home. It's time to get into it. FLUXO look to fight back here on Bank.
Into the map we shall go. I love the art direction. I love all the visuals we have for the show for this one. And it takes me back to Boston whenever I see it right here, because we've had such clear art directions and styles. I love that.
Yeah, I love that the Six Invitationals now really do each individually have their own kind of graphical direction.
For me, it makes it more memorable in the sense that when I think back, I'm like, oh yeah, that was Boston.
Yeah.
This is SI in Paris 26. And it's not just another major event.
I'll tell you what this art style actually reminds me a bit of. It's Berlin. Do you remember Berlin's graphics style? It was kind of grungy.
I actually don't.
You don't?
I
Oh,
actually
dude,
don't.
Berlin, up until this point, Berlin had the best graphic design of any event, in my opinion.
Over Boston as well? You said this event.
I think so. I
Okay,
preferred that graphic
What I
design,
recall
but-
from Berlin Major was it was very hot.
was very
Peak
hot in
summer
that
in
theater.
Berlin, in a theater, no AC. And I brought layers, James. I
Yeah.
brought layers to my
Yeah,
outfit.
man, that was an event.
I was so warm, I just closed my eyes and took a nap in the hallway next to our green room and slept for a couple hours. Yeah.
It was a lovely time. It was a lovely time. W7M, the original W7M actually played at that event. They made semi-finals all the way back. I could not tell you if Oxygen played. That was a long time ago, and I generally don't remember. If they did, they probably didn't go very deep.
I don't recall either, actually. But whenever I think of OXG, I do also think of Fox and Laxing, you know? That you know, came into that organization, kind of
course.
filled the first roster, brought in Yogg as well at some point or whatnot, and Newers had his debut in OXG as well. He's here with SSG now.
Yes.
So I feel like OXG just has a lot of history nowadays with Siege.
They really do, and it's like I was saying at the top of the show, you know, Oxygen, you forget about them because they tend to be mid-pack in North America. Their best result in the last 3 years was 4th place in NA, but when they come to invitationals, when they come to majors and international events, they look a lot better. They were top 8 last Six Invitational, and 3 years ago in Montreal, they were top 3. How deep can they go this time? Well, if they keep up the performance of Bank, then maybe they can look pretty solid.
It's a bit awkward on the staircase, but look at this. Volp's there for a backstab. It should be a freebie.
Oh, there you go. Nice shot there from Volps. They knew exactly where Yoga was. Dota's caught him and held him in blue at the start of the round. There must have been some info to know that Yog was still at the bottom of the stairs to enable that rush, but taking down the smoke in the first minute of the round, Nick, that is pretty devastating for OXG.
It buys you a lot of spare time. That's what them is showing. It sets them up really well for this first round. Like, on paper, you've already won the most difficult task. That is getting server control, but planting is still going to be tricky against the Shanga. Getting hatches, difficult against Tubra, but that's a complete freebie.
Well done from Loban there. He managed to track Gomez while he was distracted, I believe, chasing a drone, and caught that Roma very early on. This is a massive advantage, and it's only being furthered now by Palu taking down Adam. The Rome has been completely dismantled. The blue stairs player killed first. It's just Grixer and Forest, and pretty much no hope with 1 minute and 20 seconds that they can hold on.
Hatch partially open, now it's fully popped, but you see a blind people thinking to yourself, nope, let's get out of dodge.
See you later, Alligator. Grixer, 1v5. FLUXO W7M are fired up after the first map, and they look to finish it quickly. It's a flawless start to Bank.
It's just one of those rounds where one small thing goes the wrong way and all the dominoes start to fall shortly after. Losing server control, losing smoke, then perfect entry from Deimos with a second onto Gomez. And from there, you're just kind of lashing out in an act of desperation, hoping for a free kill somewhere. But it was not giving, not surrendered over by FLUXO W7M. And they're attacking on Bank, a much preferred side by most teams here. Because most people say, you know, defending on this map, it's kind of impossible sometimes.
It can be challenging, especially as the metas have evolved. Like, a lot of the big power ops, Glaz, Ying, Blitz, Monty, they really just find their form on this map of Bank. I could say the same for a lot of defending power operators. Echo getting a third drone.
That is pretty good on Bank, actually, yeah. But how many teams have brought Echo to the table this event so far? It's not that many.
No, it's seen it occasionally, but it's just the current meta, right? Like, if you want to play Echo, you have to have somewhere safe to sit on cams. And okay, here we go. Ready for this?
Okay.
Potential buff idea for Echo. Okay. He can use the drones after he's dead. He's the only operator that can do that. Like, he can actually move them.
Right, because Echo needs a huge buff.
Maybe take one of the drones away.
Okay, so okay, I'll take your idea and I will balance it a little bit for you.
Okay.
It has a battery, which means he has limited action use of it actively, but can do it. That's actually what Rainbow Six Mobile, which is coming out very soon.
Drones have a battery.
They have a battery after death.
Yeah.
They took the PC implementation that we had many years ago, where you can just infinitely use them, and said that's kind of strong. Let's give you the after death feature with a battery timer.
I like it.
And then it's kind of balanced.
I like it. It's kind of like Dual Front. Dual Front has drone after death, but it's on the battery.
Is it also on a battery?
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
Or at least it was last time I played.
I mean, it might still be. I don't die that often.
Last time I played it was a while.
Fair is fair. But, just looking here, Kali versus Clash, pretty good matchup.
Yeah.
Surprisingly enough, Bandit does make an appearance to trick those walls by the top elevator, which is very smart. But that's also where Kali comes to play. You can use a Kali lance to destroy 2 Bandit batteries, and he has none left in pocket. So 1 Kali lance can open up that breach entirely. But Kali is elsewhere, outside the CO windows, right below Dots' feet right here.
One thing I'm worried about here for FLUXO is the Azami from Gomez. I want to see Kali really help out and start taking those out.
Please.
There we go. Now, how many shots does it take from Kali's sniper rifle to actually destroy a Kiba barrier? That's what I'm not sure about.
I'm gonna say 2 or 3.
Oh, almost got him. That was good. The combo of the
Perfect
Kali
cover,
is just going to
perfect
keep
cover.
on covering him, just keep on forcing him back. And Dots will manage to get an exothermic down because of it. It'll blow, and we have a gaping hole on site.
Plan potential here is a little bit limited, as there's no shield to like just, block the bullet angles rather. And Adam finds a long range shot onto Dots from top square all the way from the quad window room.
Oh wow, this is perfect. He's using the Clash shield for the defense. He is still going to be affected by the Clash now as he falls on back, but domination of Stockroom from Dodez lends itself to a crossfire, and Palu's found Yoga's head with that sniper rifle. Oxygen is struggling to find safe places to play, and Grixer is all out of smoke grenades now. Round the corner from Volps, I think Grix is going to have to make a play. I think he has to get aggressive outside of stock.
Adam's injured. One tap by the Kali now confirmed, and Bandit is all the way downstairs. Demo's tracked as well, so they know side is super vulnerable.
I mean, Grix has got to get aggro here. Forrest has to win his fight as well. He's fighting Loban, who does win it. Grix will find one before he's shut down. 3K for the Kali, and Palu is landing every single shot.
I mean, again, the story for Paolo this entire game so far is he is the ultimate player support character. He's always there covering somebody's crosses or the rotations, or somebody's in trouble, Paolo will deal with them. But this push right here, they abandon the Clash Shield due to the Grim Bees, and then the attackers retake it and use it against them. Come on now.
Yeah, very strong on the attacking side. Palu's looking as locked in as ever. I got to say, it is so nice to see Palu having a reprisal post-Liquid. Because I think sometimes when you see players so iconically linked to one team, and then they eventually decide that it's time to leave that team, oftentimes, that ends up being the start of the end of the career.
And I mean, even in hindsight now, right? Nesk announced his retirement a few days/weeks ago. So Nesk, Paolo, the duo that was looking for that hammer for the longest time.
Never found it.
Paolo then went to a different team, not getting to new heights, but getting to heights and doing good, right?
Yeah.
Nesk has then, of course, retired and kind of said, you know what, I have my go at it.
Retired with no hammer.
Yeah, and there was a story that we were all waiting for. And we're all thinking, the second he gets the hammer, we'll stop seeing him as an active Pro League player. Because it makes sense. He got what he fought so hard for. And seeing Nesk retire before getting there in the end, it does hurt.
Yeah.
I think he'll actually be joining us here in Paris.
He's here already.
Well, already?
I haven't seen him, but I've heard that other people, I heard someone else talking about him. They saw him already.
So he's going to join the Rasa stream broadcast.
Exactly, I was going to say the Rasa crew, you know, Kamikaze, and all of these Brazilian goats hang out together.
That's nice. Still having him around, and if you're a lucky fan, you can still get to see him and meet him as well. Maybe please go say hi before he might not show up in the future. You never know. Get your photos, guys. Get your signatures.
FLUXO W7M have gotten to work on this next attack. They've already started strong here on Bank 2 in a row, and it's time to tackle a third different bomb site. Oxygen take us to Staff Room, open area. A lot of different ways you can play this. To me, I'm just surprised that we're not seeing the Azami. We played it on the top floor. It's a great op. Without the Azami, without the Clash, like, it's very hard to find safe places to play on this bomb site.
Oh, it is. I'm a big fan of Dots here. He's using Monty on border, Blackbeard on bank. He's playing such a nice pace. He's always just kind of sitting around, not feeling too eager to do anything all the time. The reason why I like it is there's less risk involved. You need that Blackbeard for the plant later on. It's the only way to get that diffuser safely down the hatch to the bomb site. It's awkward when you're flanking a close barricade when you barricaded that yourself earlier on. But that's what Yogg is doing. He's in the basement. And this is the great thing about the open area bomb site. You can start top floor, fall back, go to basement, and just kind of creep up any of those two staircases. Dots, though, instead of going for the hatch, is going into Teller's archives, perhaps for a rotate instead, or to work this quad wall, which is currently fully electrified.
Oh, and they've got the read on Yogg, who's coming up from blue stairs as well.
Got the bees, though.
Oh, he's actually going to sprint through them. That is a play and a half. And he gets targeted by the Deimos as well. It's going to be an entry, but Forrest, he's holding on, and he gets rid of Dots with a C4. That's goodbye to the Blackbeard. And Dotas as well, and the Deimos falling means there's no more ability to cover Yogga, who was on that flank the whole time. Now they're dealing with a lack of map control. Loban comes in from the other side, spots out Grixer, but loses the fight. FLUXO W7M are falling apart. Oxygen running rings around them, shot through the smoke. Impressive from Volts. And with 2 players low on the Oxygen side, maybe there's a way to get the job done, but with Palu falling without dealing the damage, it's a nigh impossible task for Volps, and Gomez taking him down, gets a first round on the board for OXG.
SMG-12, by the way, across the entire bomb site. Disgusting long-range angles to shut down any entry possibilities. But I think the big moment there was Yogg and Forrest playing that play together. That's the thing they were missing on border, where that would be a solo play from Yogg or a solo play from Forrest. is going to be York sprinting into Grimby saying, look at me, and then Forrest swings the bomb site double door, which 3 separate attackers are looking at. He goes wide, gets one with the gun, C4 Blackbeard for the second. Meanwhile, there's a flank from Atom into Archives Tellers as well. That is a team play. And that's what we didn't see much of on Border in the first half. They're finally coming to life here on Bank.
It kind of answered my question at the start of the round. I was saying, what are these operator picks? Like, where are the anchors that are really going to create and architect a solid place on the site? Well, it doesn't matter because the game plan was always going to be playing loose. It was about retake. It was playing an active defense. The players on site are going to be peeking out onto the attackers while the flankers are going for their flank. Like you said, it was picture-perfect teamwork.
Meanwhile, this round is the opposite. It's heavy plant denial. They finally get out that Echo and the Tashanga. And then, this is the big thing that I like. They got the Oryx. And he's hiding in the basement. The reason for this, when the attackers open up one of the lobby hatches, they can send in one Yokai drone, jump up and check the area. If it's clear, Oryx can follow shortly after. And now you have a crazy flank. Because the only way to flank this bomb site is up main stairs or up server stairs, which is always contested. The only operator in the game that has another avenue is Oryx going up a hatch, and it's so rare to see.
Yeah, and Gomez, I mean, he hasn't even put down his barbed wire. He's going to do it.
He has been hiding the entire time. He cannot be spotted.
I mean, the thing is, he has to not be spotted until he goes for his flank.
He has to be AFK on cams.
He can't go for a roam now. He can't go shoot drones and fall back.
Nope.
He has to literally, like you said, just sit on cams on site until the end of the round. It could be genius. It's a huge risk. But I think it might just be the perfect play for OXG.
No, it's good. This is what we call old school style siege in my book, where
he's still in gold vault.
No, he's not going to move from that spot. Literally, he will hide the entire round, and they open the lobby hatch immediately. Bait taken by FLUXO W7M. So OXG, the only thing they have to do now is not take any risk at all. No one's going to peek a damn thing. They're going to get FLUXO super comfortable and just try and drone the lobby area with the Echo drone and then go for a flank play. That's not going to happen until maybe 60 plus seconds in the future. So the big thing here is York cannot die early in server. He falls back way too early for a normal round, but right on schedule for this strategy. Also, Fuse played in case it wasn't played earlier. Now it is.
Yeah,
it's in case of Goyo, you can pop all the canisters.
Area, you don't trust me?
Yeah, whatever. Same guy who thought the game ended when it was 7-6, by the way.
Critical.
Shut up. I thought Norris was too furious.
Touche. Look, the big thing here is that
here's the drone.
Oxygen just have to make sure.
Here's the flank.
Oh, wow.
He flanked before the Yokai.
This is very, very
but
early. They even knew about it.
Run top floor.
I think he heard it. At least he's found the kill, but yeah, now the jig is up. Oxygen know that there is an Oryx at large, and they're going to try and hunt him.
The thing is, right, I don't think that actually is that good of a play because, as you said, the jig is up. Now they know that's going to happen. They can leave a drone in for the dead guy. Ideally, you want the Oryx to create all the chaos and confusion. Maybe in 20 seconds when they start pushing the bomb site. Yeah. Now, you're just playing 4v5, which isn't ideal, but it's still super playable.
That kill also has so much more value the later in the round you get it,
the chaos effect.
Usually you'd think you want to kill as early as possible, but no, it's actually better later in the round in this case.
He could try again when they start going for that plan attempt. He can't do much on site anyway.
Let's go for elevator hatch. If he goes elevator hatch, he's only going to be just around the corner from going all the way to the top floor. He still hasn't been targeted. He hasn't been scanned by the attack, which means that Deimos can't target him. But Jodas is still very worried about that Oryx going for a potential flank. The plan looks to be going down, but a C4 from Yogg. And you're right, Loben missed his chance with the Thatcher. Now he's locked out of the site by the fire. It's desperate times now for Dodes dropping into the site. Loben as well, but both of them will fall eventually. Volps, he's lost. And Loben, who's locked out of the site this whole time, he didn't save his teammate using the Thatcher, now finds himself in a 1v3. What does he do but just wait for the round to end? Oxygen, perfect defense of the basement.
Oh boy, it's messy, it's Scrappy, but again, OXG, old school style siege, a very simple win condition with enough stalling on the bomb side to make the play work. Yes, Oryx flanked early, but he got the job done. He got the kill, he got a bit of chaos, and it just held on to the back portion of the bomb side, being a flank watcher essentially, allowing Echo and Tushanga to work the side to plant denial. Loben on Thatcher, just a second too late with the EMP, actually swapping off the gadget, I think, to his primary weapon, going for a different kind of approach. As the same second, his planter gets C-forward. Unlucky, as we say.
Yeah.
But this is the thing about OXG, is that I was a little bit afraid watching their border, thinking I don't feel enough depth to them. But then again, you have to also in hindsight now go, but that's border. The nature of border is that it's gonna be a bit more scrappy, a bit more messy with it. That's okay. But I haven't seen OHG play all that much recently, so I kind of went into this thinking, if this is all they have to offer, they're not gonna make it very far. And as you've been saying, they tend to make it pretty far when they go to international tournaments.
I think it's a valid thing about just the mere point that I haven't seen OXG play a lot recently, right? Like, historically, they haven't been in a lot of matches, right? They didn't make Munich Major. Off the top of my head, they didn't make NAL Finals. Let me just fact check that. Yeah, they didn't. Oh, sorry. Well, they played the LCQ. That's the thing. They actually did play. They did play NAL Finals actually. Sorry, got top 4 there.
But then again, time zones hitting. You don't see them live. You gotta go watch the VODs.
Yeah.
There's passion.
I guess they did play a lot of games recently, but not at the top level. Their last time on the international stage was EWC.
Yeah.
Which actually was a really good performance from them, by the way. Top 12. I mean, not really good.
That's actually not
pretty good.
That's okay.
Of a 16-team tournament, maybe not amazing.
I was gonna say it's not actually that good. Now you're just glazing.
Look, SI25, they were great. Top 8. Top 8 at SI
That's pretty good.
Is impressive.
That's
They lost to
respectable.
Unwanted, actually. Adam beat them.
Hey, you can't beat him.
Join them.
Yeah.
No, if you can't beat them,
Well, pick him up.
recruit him.
Exactly. Make the enemy weaker and yourself stronger. So what are we scanning here? That's the funny thing. We doesn't know exactly what he's looking. It's just a blob on the scanner until you know the operator's utility. Then it can kind of show up.
Once you scan, like once you deactivate your EMP, doesn't it tell you what it is?
Yes, it does.
Yeah. So you'll know afterwards.
Right now it's like, is it a
Is it
camera?
a yokai drone?
Is it a yokai?
In this case, like the only things it could possibly be is a yokai drone, an Aruni gate, or a person on their cam.
I don't actually know if cameras show up. I don't actually know.
It should,
But
it's
look at
electronic.
This. There's a rat plate. There's a giga rat.
This is a-
they're surrendering it. They're
All right,
selling it.
how much is this going to work? What do you reckon?
This is gonna work 100% of the time if he jumps in.
100% of the time.
But he might not jump.
Oh,
It worked anyway.
It worked anyway.
He
He didn't even jump in. Doesn't even matter. I like how he just goes back there. It's like, yeah, I'm just going back into my spot. Dota says, mate, get out of here.
I was never here.
That was a little bit silly.
But worth it, right? Blackbeard is dead. You're a Goyo with passive util. This is so worth it.
Yeah, no, that's very much worth it for Yogg.
And with the content.
That's an IGL play, right?
That is. It's like,
That
guys,
is my
I'm gonna die
IGL.
real quick.
Wait a second.
Oh, we're
Speaking
planting.
of IGL, Logan says, you know what? Heck it, I'm getting in there.
Not even Doki be
But
calling because
there
Doki's planting.
is a yokai drone. I mean, Loban, I think this is time to hit the call first.
Yeah, if Doki be called and then planted, Diego can't stop them. But now they're in generators, so now it's awkward, no?
Oh, was that the second drone as well? Very
Oh,
nice.
there's a
So Grix
third.
is getting hard counted. Gomez, though, on the retake here.
He's
Might be able to make it
below.
possible. Down below. He has to fake it. But Loban is at least baiting out a lot of movement
What's
out of the OXG guys. And that's going to enable Volps to get active, but not active enough to take down Grixer. Here comes a big play
Oh, the
from
fire.
Loban, though. He's taken him down. He's activated the fire. And now Grixer has to do it all. No more yokais to speak of. 1v2. Palu to cover. And he's looking so hot with it as well. ACOG in hand, sees him, takes him down. FLUXO W7M, another big round of attack.
Oh, Loban, man. He's like, I can sneak in, I can hold if. They're never gonna see coming. Trust me. There are 2 yokai drones just ready for
How
him.
did he get away with his life, man?
And gets the kill,
The
too.
round had barely started.
I know.
Whatever. Time to answer some questions for Oxygen in this tactical timeout. Can't hear much.
No,
little
it's
fun
so
fact.
funny.
I had to double check this because I haven't seen much of.
I think we can tell her, especially because it's a timeout. Like it's bad. We're gonna rush open or cancel.
So, used to be Redeemer was their coach. Now Redeemer's moved to a general management position, and Kizzy has picked up the coaching role in game.
I heard Archives Tellers mentioned. There is a world where they cook up the 4th bomb set which never gets played.
We've already seen that so many times. Like Oxygen did it. Customs, right? They play customs on border.
Yeah.
What was our first game today where we saw the 4th bomb site played?
A wild card.
It was wild.
They did it on all
on
3 maps.
3
they
different
played.
maps,
Yeah.
right? They did it on border,
On border,
clubhouse,
and
Fortress.
Fortress. Yeah, they did. Yep, there it is. We're going 4 for 4 on our 4th map out of 4 different maps. That is beautiful. That is basically poetic.
All right. I've done some research here. So, you know, we often talk about the primary site, the secondary site, the tertiary site.
Yeah.
Those are called ordinal numerals. Right?
Sure.
So what is the fourth one? It's the quaternal.
Quaternal.
So the quaternary site.
That's awkward.
So we're going right now to the quaternary site for oxygen.
That doesn't make you sound smart saying that. It just seems difficult. Quaternary?
It looks like there's an alternate spelling, which is quartary,
I
which
like quartary more.
sounds so bad.
But it's easier.
Quaternary sounds so much swankier.
Uh-huh. Swankier is a word, yeah.
Swanky is a word.
It's a word.
It's a
I'm
word.
agreeing with you.
I just wish we had more bomb
Info
sites because I want to get
Andes.
to the octernary site.
Okay. Dog's saying you're all awesome info Andes.
Is that what he said?
I'm not sure if that's a bad thing though. Like who doesn't like info?
Literally a compliment. My
Too
friend.
much sound. You all need
You're
info
some
Andes.
info Andes. Dude, that's literally Rainbow Six Siege.
You don't want info? Go play a simpler shooter.
How
man.
about stop playing Valkyrie and Mozzie if you want to talk about info?
Is it you guys are playing? You're playing Echo.
You guys
stuff.
are playing Echo. Come on, come off of it.
Oh, Loban
Do you
takes
reckon
that
he,
Adam.
reckon he had info for that kill? Because it doesn't count if he has info, right?
Adam sure didn't. Because he got
I
caught.
don't think Adam's
by
got any
surprise.
idea what's going on. Man's 1 and 6.
Oh, that's just rude. That is just rude. The issue with this bomb set is that you kind of defend it like it's CEO by holding top floor, except you can't afford to die top floor because it's not the bomb side.
Exactly.
So it's a weaker CEO, kind of.
And you can't just play it vertically like a lot of other bomb sites because top floor isn't strong enough to hold.
Yeah,
But
all the
you can
window
play it
repels, yeah.
You're just going to die if you try and hold it vertically.
But you also can't hold it purely on the side because every single area of both bomb sites is self-destroyable vertically by the ram.
That's right. The meta typically in the good old days when this was played was to play open area and elevate a hallway.
Around the bomb site.
Around the bomb site. You vacate the bomb site once they take top floor, and then you look to retake. Oh, Gomez, though, big nitro cell pre-placed onto Dots. That finds his kill, and he's now looking for a little bit more. Wants to get active and make his way up the stairs. Dodez, I thought Dodez was going to be caught with his pants down with that IQ scanner out, but no, Volps was there, ready to receive.
That's kind of the solo play that I didn't want to see that I spoke of earlier. If two people flying together, you time it, or you do it later in the round, maybe it works, but minute and 10 seconds, walking straight up a staircase after hitting a C4, they know there's Valcams then, because it's Valkyrie who C4'd them, right? That's the first thought. Okay, see Valkyrie C4'd me, there's gotta be a Valcam somewhere. That's obvious. They see lobby, they see ATM, so both, I think, remaining Valcams are in the same portion of the map, and Dodis has the IQ. That means OXG, they're mostly flying blind for the rest of this round, but timer is on OXG's side. 30 seconds to go.
Well, they still have lobby cam up because Adam's on it right now, but Gomez is actually just watching his teammate. So I think that telegraphs to us that Oxygen don't have a lot of info. They have, they have tons of info. It's just that Gomez
In the
is
wrong
trolling.
area, to be fair. It's in lobby, all of
Yeah,
it.
it's mostly lobby and
And they're
elevator
planting.
hallway, but it's not in the bomb site inside of Archives, which is where Volps is going for his plant right now. Mozzie just around the corner.
Good
It's
wall bang.
Forrest. He tries to go for his nitro cell, but instead he does land the shot, and that means that FLUXO need to find
5
someone else to
seconds.
get that diffuser down. They're going to try and go for kills.
3.
Yor gets back into it. Where is the diffuser? Doesn't matter. FLUXO go for kills, and one by one OXG will fall.
He vaulted over Mainstay's railing, went for a wall bang, and somehow kills the final player with 3 seconds left on the dot. Pure chaos. A little bit of panic there from FLUXO W7M, but they get the round victory to get a 4-2 half to start things off hot here on Bank. OXG, they gotta get some really good attacks on the board now, come side swap.
Nobody went to pick up the diffuser and reattempt the
No,
plant.
I mean, they sort of
That
tried, but they
scared the
kept
hell
getting
out of
fought
me.
back.
Scared the hell out of me. I mean, this is Volps, right? He was right here.
And
He's the one that died with the diffuser.
And he tried to cross with it. Yep.
They
The
just
2v1.
had to go for kills, but that's something that FLUXO W7M are very happy to do. They love fragging out. They love the chaos. And they probably love that they've just finished that 4-2 as well.
I think they're very happy with that for sure. And mind you, they are only one round of winning earlier as well. Yeah, I was going to say, see,
One round of winning.
This is the thing on border, because top right, it
Oh,
says
right.
7-8 OXG, which in my brain means they lost.
True,
But that's because left-hand side is FLUXO on the
right
top
side
banner.
is
Yeah.
OXG.
So my brain
Yes.
is like new graphic versus old graphic. I'm mixing them together. So I was like, wait,
No, you're right. Yeah, well,
Yeah.
it's true. I mean, FLUXO
because
were
OXG
very...
won the map. So they were one round off winning border. Now that a 4-2 half on Bank, things could be so different with 1 round difference.
In fact, FLUXO actually had 3 match point opportunities on the first map, all of which they blundered.
or OHT.
Oh, sorry, they
Simply
only had two. They only had two. I read that wrong.
potato potato.
Both teams had two.
Yeah, because all the time. Well, no, because of
Well, because
before.
OXG had 6-5,
Yeah.
and then W7M pushed OT.
Yeah.
And then W7M won the first round,
Yeah.
and then OXG pushed to round 15.
Yeah.
So both teams had 2 match point opportunities, and obviously Oxygen won the final one.
Location of a bomb. 5 seconds
This
left.
time around, OXG, I mean, look, to their credit, attack on bank, that's where you want to be.
Yeah, getting 2-4 defense is not bad at all. And I mean, to be fair, 1 or 2 of those rounds easily could have been in the other direction. That CEO attack, very clutch from FLUXO. In the previous round, very clutch as well. So it could really be anyone's game still.
Round win is a round win. Doesn't matter if it's a 5v1
No one's gonna remember
or
this a year from
1v1.
now and go, oh, but actually, they were so close.
Technically, it doesn't
It's like,
matter.
no, it was a 2-0 win. Shut up.
And what do we say? FLUXO have confirmed playoffs, assuming they come out of this with a positive 3-round difference or something.
That is
silly like
FLUXO getting more than a third round means they're guaranteed playoffs, right?
that. A third round, you mean a plus 3-round difference? That's on the series, right?
I thought it was just literally getting 3 rounds right then and right here, which means they've gotten 4. That was my. I can double check.
You
but that was my
can double
understanding.
check. I thought it would be plus 3-round difference because it'll come down to tiebreakers of FLUXO's worst possible result from here on out, even if they do that.
Attackers have dropped the bomb diffuser.
We'll
Let's
see.
see
There's some
here.
numbers. This is why we have numbers. We have numbers people. We have a numbers guy. His name is Scrappy, and he is the numbers goat. He sits there on his computer running the stats.
Yeah. You just keep talking, my friend.
Yeah. So I'm going to look at what Oxygen are cooking right now because Adam's actually snuck inside. Unusual to see Adam, the one on the Deimos on the lurk, and he has struggled to find his way onto the scoreboard in this game. Looks at W7M down. Oh, sorry, upstairs on the top floor. And the plan seems to be something on the back of the Sen's Ying combo. Yog is just on that rappel, likely wanting to go for... Oh, he's already breached open the wall. Man, we've been so distracted. I've been so behind on the progress of this round. So, wall's open.
Do you need help?
And we've also had Hibana breach the janitor wall. So, Oxygen are really isolating a lot of these positions. I like it.
Now they can sense off half the bomb site, walk in, breach a Rappling window, or go for a Planetary because they can't play in Janitors, but they're playing Dotas in the hallway instead, but has to go for a White Swing to contest the angle. So, OXG in a good spot, but I mean, look at this. Lobin creeps up middle, so this can
so
change
cheeky.
everything.
Adam has found dots down below, though. That was the C4 that FLUXO had in their back pocket. And
Oh, he gets
Grixer,
found.
yeah, he's been careful. He's made sure that Lobin won't be able to survive sneaking inside of the bomb site. FLUXO look to get desperate now. Look at Dotas, the way he's peeking top square. Very, very risky. But there's only 2 players on OXG who are even in the building. They're just biding their time, waiting for their opportunity to go for this execute. Meanwhile, while we have the main push with the Sens going
20
down for the
seconds.
plan, Forrest has snuck his way up from lobby stairs, and now he's going to get active. Affected, though,
Oh my God,
by the
the
Denari's laser. He wants to try and have an impact. He just needs to make some noise on this side of the map while the rest of the plan goes down from
Too
Yog.
late.
This is far too late from Volps, as the plant will be confirmed. A nigh impossible retake now for FLUXO W7M, as Oxygen can just wait on their windows and hold this in the post.
Paolo's in lobby, though, looking for those rappel ankles. If timed correctly, he can get a kill or maybe try and get a defuse going.
Adams covered off one, though. He was snuck inside. Good
There's
shot
one.
from Palu. Grixer going down. He was the player on the windows. Now Yog and Adam have to do this from really awkward positions. Adam baited into moving up forward.
Oh.
And Volps has just found one. This is so winnable.
Barbed
They
wire.
know exactly where Adam is. He just needs to deny it. It's up to Palu to clutch, but he is so far away. Oxygen have done it. Adams found a big 3K, and it doesn't matter about the last one. There is nothing that Palu can do.
Beautiful post plant by both teams once again, but having superior positioning will get you a round W in a post plant, and they played it so smart for OHD. Instead of having 2 people on the window rappels, both vulnerable to ATMs or lobby peek from Palu, 1 person stayed inside, 1 stayed out, giving them 2 different positions of win condition instead of a singular one. It started off really messy, right? The 5v2, OHD did find 2 picks, but FLUXO made a great effort at fighting back, stalling it, and buying enough time. Also, I got the numbers. I finally found them.
Oh, yeah?
So I was told, quote unquote, if FLUXO win 3 rounds, they qualify for playoffs.
Oh.
If FLUXO win 2-0, they are locked for the upper bracket. That's obviously gone because OXG won the first map. So they're now
Okay.
fighting for... Well, they got the 3 rounds. So as far as I know, FLUXO is guaranteed qualified for playoffs. They cannot
Okay.
get eliminated.
Okay.
10 seconds left.
But they get upper bracket
Okay.
with a 2-0 win.
And the other flip side of that was on the
seconds
graphic
to
we just
go.
saw is that Oxygen still have a chance to get first place, but they do need to win 2-0 to keep that chance alive. Of course, that's because they lost 2-0 to Secret. Let's be real. I have a feeling that Secret might be taking first place in this group.
I think Secret's making top 4.
Yeah, Secret are looking really good right now.
Yeah, and you have, you know... Falcons haven't had the best start.
No.
And
To put it
spoiler
mildly.
alert for what happened on A stream, in case you didn't see it. ... As far as we know, Shopify Rebellion either took a map or the series off phase, which means they're vulnerable as well. So it just sets up Secret even better if the top 3 teams we're expecting to like go really far aren't just steamrolling the competition, right? But I feel like this is in general. The story is it's anybody's hammer to raise.
Yeah, it's really looking a lot more open than what we thought coming into it. We thought it was just going to be M80, FaZe, and Falcons fighting for that hammer.
Maybe Furia if you really want to cope it, but yeah.
I mean, I was always on the Furia train, but I know a lot of people weren't. But all of those teams have now suffered a loss, at least in a map. None of them are flawless so far. The Glass getting aggro here. It's Yogg making his way into open area. Loban hasn't actually been cleared out of tellers yet. Dots is under a bit of a pump as well. Loban still manages to find one. Why is Grixer pushing solo? The Ying Oxygen are trying to use a lot of their util. Well, this is a strange way to play. Dots was actually supporting his roaming teammate in tellers from inside of Elevator. And Volts, wow, this is such an active, aggressive defense. Loban's on the back of it as well. He takes down Adam with a quick one-tap, who is left droning the rest of Oxygen. FLUXO are running amok on bank. And Oxygen now have to deal with these pesky roamers.
That's why Echo can be so strong. That third Yokai drone means you can just play them so much more high risk and high reward with a gun behind it. And even if they take down Loban inside of Janitors, he's done enough damage. He's got 5 keypads in pocket. 5, for goodness sake. I would love for him to use it.
Still a drone supporting him. He's going to have info here onto Gomez.
Oh
and
my
he'll
God.
get the kill because of it. Gomez was trying to deal with the Yokai harassing him, but it's enabled Loban to get 4. Finally traded back by Forest. But it's an impossible task for him now. 1v4 as the Capitao must get to work. Yogg says, look, take a bow. That was well played for Loban. I don't think Forest has got anything to say about it. FLUXO W7M are about to go up 5 rounds to 3, and there's pretty much nothing that Forest can do about it.
Beautiful roam game. He even hit Forest in the shoulder on the final one tap. There could have been a one tap for the ace, the 1v5. Dots finds the kill instead. Forest goes down. One of the easiest rounds of their life. A one-man roam with 1 Echo drone literally wins them everything in that one.
And the ace was denied, but that was still one of the most impressive clips that we've seen so far.
I mean, that's peak FLUXO right there. That's the stuff they can do.
So classic, and it's just all scattered ahead by the Yokai. It's exactly what we've been waiting for.
Hibana
4
shooting the
kills.
Yokai, looking down, and gets shot from above. Like, it's beautiful.
Yeah, great play. FLUXO W7M jumping straight on that meta change now that Echo's got that buff.
Attackers have discovered the location.
You know, that's the cheat code in my mind. If you can get a positive dopamine reaction from playing operators like Echo, because if I'm an Echo player and Loban finds those 4 kills, in my mind, I'm thinking, I got those 4 kills. Like,
Yeah,
I get the
sure.
dopamine. But I feel like a lot of players will feel like they didn't do anything because they watched their teammate do all the action.
You're such a support player, though,
Yeah,
because
and
you
that's the
actually
thing.
do get the dopamine
Yeah.
hit from enabling your teammate to do it.
100%. And I feel like so many people don't get it, and that's why we tend to have less support players, because it doesn't feel good to play it. But if you are the type of person who can get that feeling,
Gotta unlock that dopamine, man.
get on the Echo, man, and say, you go here, take this kill, that's free, and just feel good about yourself, because you did that.
Yeah.
That was not Loban pulling all the strings. He only used the mouse.
That's why I love Valkyrie. Like, my favorite thing is to play Valkyrie and then sit on a cam with a pre-play C4 and just wait until I see someone walk over it,
Yeah.
and then I just call out to my teammate, Mango, and that means blow that C4.
Oh, yeah, it's Mango.
I'm a Mango call out
Okay.
type of guy.
We used dog or cat. If you had
Dog
2
or
C4s, we had dog and cat coordinated to
That's
specific people.
funny.
Until you play with a Spaniard. Because Goga is Spanish, he's Spanish, and he says doch. So first time we're like, what are you saying? He's like, expand the C4. And it's like, Goga, it's dog. There's a G in there, my friend. He goes, I'm Spanish. So then we made cat for Goga.
Nice.
Cat. The good old days. I like Mango though. You want to use words that you don't often use in conversation in the middle of a round, so I would never use the word mango usually. So that's pretty good.
Sucks to be you, man. Better be eating more mango.
Exotic fruit.
Nice
Great
shot there from Volps. He's gonna immediately. You see his player stop moving because he hits the wall chat with a bot call out. A nice dodge there of the Thorn trap, but Gomez is gonna have to think about going somewhere else. Even on the Dokkaebi, a lurk there is too dangerous. Almost damage done, but not what he was looking for there for Yogg. Volps is continuing to run around upstairs. It's going to be a quick swing from Dots. Wow. Look at the way that FLUXO keep on peeking. They just will not stop swinging. Grixer low HP as he tries to pick up the pieces of this tattered round for OXG. But I think we might be just on the verge now of map point for FLUXO W7M.
You might think this is just stupid aggression. No. There's a Yoga drone in the lobby. There's been the entire time. They're peeking off information, off yellow ping, communication. Once again, these kills are all Dots'. He's sitting on double digits by my count now with that echo because he's getting his teammates so many kills. 2 to go. Grixer and Gomez, they'll pop the quad wall open. They'll try and work together. But again, 4 enemies, a couple of Yoga drones, Goyo fire, Thorn traps. It is not going to be an easy way in. In fact, they might not get it all. They're going to die outside the bomb set. Volps good for 4 kills. Bot, and bot for them.
Have a laugh, take a bow, take a stand. Volps, he's just loving it right
bots.
now.
He typed effing bots.
He is having the best time right now. He said, sit down and shut up.
Forrest said, we don't care.
Man. Volps has really come into himself in this game, running around like crazy. Gnarly couple of shots as well. You are terrible. This is the most smack talk I've heard between two teams that actually clearly love each other. This is a bit of a bromance between Volps and Forrest.
There's another reason why I wish the players are positioned opposite of each other. Because right now, they're next to each other, the wall between them. And then there's the other series so that they're mismatched.
Doesn't stop Leakafac from
he was screaming earlier.
French insults at Baby Shark.
I love it. I remember we had an incident all the way back when TSM was in Siege. Their coach Bagel. He was having some fun banter with the enemy coach, and he snuck in a middle finger. But it was while the camera was showing him by chance. It did not go well. Because one of those that's too far, you know?
Yeah.
But I'll show you how he did it. He was like this. Very quickly, just up and down. Like this innocent, childlike behavior. It is kind of naughty, but I'm going to do it anyway. But because of the pure timing that he was not aware of, he was on camera. So...
Oh, my God.
Yeah, I think they got a small fine or a small warning or nothing significant, but it's one of those okay, dude, let's not do that again.
Look, let him have fun, I say. Let him have a bit
Let
of
the
fun.
kids have their fun.
Yeah. Now that I'm an old man, I think I can say let the kids have their fun. You know how old I was at my first Six Invitational?
19.
20, but close. What about you?
Yours
first SI was SI 2018. You would have been 20 as well, right?
I would have been
20.
Sorry, you cast it. Let me just double check this, okay? Math is hard.
2018.
I would have been 20.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was so hard. Because because
well, you're 1 year older
the
than
game
me,
came out in
and
December. The game is in February. My birthday's in October. So I'm like, what? How does that correlate with the dates? Yeah.
Well, you're 1 year older than me, and I was 20 in SI 19.
That simplifies it, doesn't it? That simplifies it so much more.
So you would have been 20 in SI 18. Come on.
No. Between my pro career from 18 to 25, I was just null. I didn't have an age. It was just I was existing, and then I retired, and then I was old. That's how it worked for me. When you're around all these youngsters and living this lifestyle, I feel like you get kind of frozen in time a bit.
We're all gamers.
We're all gamers.
We're all gamers after
Some more than others, but we're all gamers.
No, all gamers didn't qualify. They didn't make it through the APAC qualifier.
That's funny. Bros got jokes. That's the Chinese team, right?
That's right.
Yeah, that's it.
That's right. They made it to the grand final, lost to Daystar.
Oh, okay.
Yes, they did. So now OXG look to be cooking again with the Sens. Now, this worked pretty well last time until it No, this actually did work.
It did
Remember,
work pretty well last time.
It did, yeah. They had their Ying coming up from lobby, though, which they don't have this time around. Instead, they brought the Lion.
You like me some Lion, though. Mind you, the operator bans, right? The Ying and the Echoes are target bans galore. Very big fan of that. I was going to say, let's start banning Echo or playing IQ every single round. But I imagine you ban the IQ and you bring the Echo in the future. That could be kind of good, no? Start target banning in different directions. Doggy Pickle goes in. That means aggression galore. Get up the staircase. Get in that bomb site. Try and find a pick. Or go main stairs.
I don't think it's going to work. The Clash is there waiting for him. Forrest will have to have the timing of his life, but a gap created. Loban shut down after his heroics last round. He'll have to sit out for this, what could be the final round of the map. FLUXO, do they have the guts to try and peek now, or is it better to be restrained, to try and wait for the push? It looks like Volps has answered that question. He dicks up his head, and Yoga takes him down. 3v5 now for FLUXO as the flashes come in and the plant begins to go down for Adam. It's time to get on the retake. Dodez look to try and take one down. Grixer is in position. He's going to have to take a jump outside. It's successful, but he's the last one left and they know exactly where he is. Oxygen breathe new life into this game with a massive attack onto the top floor. And it's another round on the board, closing the distance, the W7M.
I mean, OSG, they have this great coordination and timing when they want to. They certainly are capable of it, but half the rounds, they're, desynced, miscoordinated, and the other half, they are just really on point. FLUXO W7M, they do the same thing as on Border. They call a very late tag timeout in hopes of closing it out right now, right here. OHG, 2 more round victories, and we're looking at another OT potential and a comeback at that.
Nossa, mas a gente jogou isso na última não.
Mas, tipo, eu acho que a utilização de configueira deu um trabalho, tá ligado? Em último caso queira voltar pra classe avançada, trocar pra Val.
Deixa eu fazer agora.
No Portuguese for us.
Não, pode ser filho. Agora?
You know, Jake, he was covering his Black Dragons earlier. Or D+, I'm not sure. And he listened to their tag timeout, because on the A stream, they can do the real listenings.
Yeah.
And he goes, I don't know a word of Portuguese, but I'm pretty sure they were swearing.
Yeah, I did.
There's just no context for that comment at all. Like, alright, dude. If you say so.
Of course, there's still a chance for OXG to talk, Kizzy having a few choice words for the team. Time to get back into it.
Basement.
Oh,
again,
basement defense with Smoke and Tachenka and Goyo. This is going to be a tough nut to crack for OXG.
The only thing about this lineup is that you're heavily investing in the exact same thing, right? It's X and one basket style vibe. You can literally bring out just a fuse on the attack and one fuse charge and clear all the Goyos by the bomb side, anything that's pre-placed effectively, and then the Goyo doesn't exist. But that's the beauty of Siege. The counters, the back and forth. Twitch can do a similar thing. Currently, that's what their attack are re-peeking into. Funny enough, they're sticking the Blitz. This might just be a substitute to the Monty being banned away. It can go for a plant attempt to get the sense involved. The issue that I have, okay? Normally when you play a shield operator, you want to plant on the default basement wall where you're exposed to a garage on a pixel. The shield will block the bullet. That's why the shield plant is so phenomenal. But then the issue is Tachenka is so good at firing off exactly that same spot. So planting default no longer exists. So that's where the sense comes into the picture to plant in an off-default location. And because Echo is banned, there's going to be very little information on where that spot is going to be. That's why Echo ban here is so good.
On early info as well, I think it'll be really telling how much util Adam's able to clear on the Twitch once he gets his drones into it as well. You're really going to be targeting the Goyo canisters, but you could also potentially get some of those magnets. Depends on where Loban's planning on playing them. He's actually got 3 in pocket at the moment. Is he looking to late round try and find a fortified position? Is that the idea?
Reloading now.
Will he fortify himself maybe on the rear side to prevent like a flash or nade play? But here we go. This is Adam bringing in the Twitch drone. Needs to be prioritizing those 4 Vulcan canisters.
Yeah.
If he's able to get one of the tuber out shots as well, that does buy a little bit of time for the hard breach game.
Yeah.
But the main prior will be the Goyos.
I'm a little worried here because Paolo's playing smoke on server stairs, and I don't think OHG has figured that out yet. They may be expecting a hard turtle, They're playing Loban in server, Paolo in server stairs. Taking server control is going to take a lot of time unless you full sprint straight into him on the staircase and then just go for broke. Now they see the Omai, they have still not seen the smoke. So I feel like time is going to be a big problem on this one. Unless they either go for a backside take, which is possible, but arguably more difficult, or if they just simply speed things up very shortly. Yogg is crouch walking in lobby right now off screen, masking the sound of his shield like this. Maybe looking to go absolutely crazy on the Thatch. Because he's masking the shield sound by taking it on his backpack.
It's just so dangerous.
It's very high risk, and down the main stage, they're gonna give up server control entirely and go
what is
right
this
now.
play? Oh, this is so awkward. This is so unusual. Straight down the main stairs. Gomez finds his, looks for a second, locks them both down. As Ascends light wall covers off the red hallway.
That is good.
They've opened up this round. They've cut the side in two, and now they're looking to hold it in the post. What can FLUXO do on the retake? Paolo's out of position. And Volps, though, he finds one. Needs to get really active down through gold. Paolo finds one.
Oh my God.
Volps another. The Brazilians are bullying them. The Bulls are breaking the bank. And Grixa cannot do anything about it. FLUXO W7M has sent us to a third map.
It was such a good execute. It was such a good push. They get the plant down and good post plant, but the only downside of that attack, the post plant isn't safe. You gotta keep fighting by the bomb site, and that, well, the aggression, that Brazilian coordination was too much for OXG in that final round. Sadly, no comeback for them. Thankfully, for everybody else, a third map on the dog, and I believe Nighthaven Labs up next.
Oh, yes, it is. A 3v5 retake to send us the distance as well. Massive round, massive game for W7M. After a grueling border, it looks like Bank is a little bit more achievable for the Brazilians. Oh man, I am so keen for Labs to cap off this series. Both these teams giving it their all. Which one will stand tall? Find out after this.
Signs in the sky and the stars around us fade to black. Running through the night and there's nothing that can hold us back. Just feel the thunder in my heart till the lights go out.
Mas eles vão arrancar tudo deles hoje.
Everybody always talks about being mentally prepared for a game. And no one really knows what that looks like,
especially that pressure of SI. As a player, that eats you up.
Everything is possible.
Let's go, guys. Let's go, guys. Let's fucking go.
Well, sorry.
That is an empty chair.
Oh my god, sorry. I lost my shit at that one. We were meant to be looking at Loban because he had such a good game. You guys remember that top floor? Pure. He
There
was
he is.
a gunner. And man, he scrubs up pretty nice as well. 139 EPS, 12 kills, 5 deaths. And the one that really springs to mind is his solo roam on the top floor, retaking.
You say solo, but let's just talk about the elephant in the room. He was supported by the Echo drone, okay, and that's the reason why he got 4 kills single-handedly.
Support player alert.
He literally killed the Hibana that was looking at the floor shooting a yokai. It's a complete freebie because of the Echo.
If I had finished my sentence, I was going to say solo roam with the yokai.
Then
to
it's not a
support.
solo roam, is it,
It
James?
is solo roam if you're the only player roaming there.
So Echo's not a player.
Like if you have someone like on cams calling for you and helping you with your roam, is it still a solo roam? Yes. It doesn't.
Supported roam.
Shit. Okay, sure. Agree to disagree. Mr.
No, you're not wrong. You're not. I'm just messing with you.
No, and
It's a
look,
solo
you're
roam.
not wrong too. I'm just messing with you,
Oh,
bro.
okay.
I was messing. You weren't messing with me. I was messing with you.
Okay.
All right.
I might agree that it's called the solo roam, actually. It's supported
we
supported
go.
solo roam. Come on.
Backsliding
A supported
again.
solo roam.
Here we go. Look, let's have a look at some of the replays from that map of Bank. It ended up being a 7-4 in favor of FLUXO. It was a pretty tough game,
Look,
though,
right
for
there.
them. This is it. That was the
Supported
moment.
solo roam.
Bang, second.
And he hits the shoulder.
He does.
Imagine he
And
one
here he
taps
is.
him.
He's finally made his way to his chair. And we can talk about him again. But yeah, phenomenal rounds from him. He's like the ultimate ego player. Like he's always been known as
Him and Volps.
I remember chatting to W7M at the time. They were the Team 1 Los roster back in Atlanta 2 years ago. And they said, Loban is our guy. He is our tip of our spear. He is the guy to ego swing everyone. Can FLUXO W7M get it done here on Nighthaven Labs?
Or can OXG make the comeback possible, get their revenge, and actually lock in one final time? The story so far in this BO3 for the Americans have been they have some rounds where they are showing their true full potential. Then they have other rounds where they're kind of missing the basics. Consistency is the one thing I think right now for them that is kind of holding them back.
Yeah, look, OXG was so good on border, and to me, a large part of that was just their ability to keep on. Like, doesn't matter how many rounds that we had one crazy 4K, 3K play from FLUXO, OXG just didn't accept defeat. And with how many retakes we've seen from both teams,
A lot of retakes.
it's becoming quite a long series. Right, 15 rounds on the first map, 11 rounds on the second map. Now moving into Nighthaven Labs, we could be slated for another long haul game. OXG starting on the attacking side, which to a lot of people is actually where you want to be on Nighthaven Labs. We've seen an attacker-sided series so far, if I'm honest with you. Like, Bank was attacker-sided, Border was attacker-sided.
Just the maps we're playing, right? They're attacker favorite maps in general. I mean, if you put in Chalet for a best of 5, now we're there. We got 4 for 4. Fortress, funny enough, earlier was also
Man, we could have
4-2 attacks.
We could have a BO5 of all attacker-sided maps.
That is possible now.
That's sick.
That's
I
a
love
world
that.
first, I think, in Siege.
Yeah, I don't think we've really ever, even in the LMG meta, which is the closest we ever had. We still only
Do
had
not.
2 or 3
Do
attacker-sided
not.
maps.
being an SMG11 player in the LMG meta was probably the closest thing to quitting the game that I was.
Didn't you retire before LMG meta?
I was talking about ranked, actually.
Oh,
but
okay.
I mean, I was really playing ranked, and I'll die to think LMG and go, thank God I'm retired.
I'd
Because
rather-
how could I hang against newer spot on LMG with SMG11?
You retired just before the LMG meta. You retired in the 22nd meta, right? Just at the end of
Yeah,
it.
the util meta and whatnot. Yeah.
Util sync.
That was, I think, my last.
Jaeger were my Goya.
Yep.
Good old days.
We used to play Thatcher IQ on the roof of Cafe to figure out where the most amount of things are for the EMP, then chuck in the EMP, toss in the nades, and hope for the best.
I don't know if we're thinking about the same thing, because you definitely weren't playing Thatcher because he had a 100% ban rate.
Well, that's also true. He was the you couldn't really play. Well, there's the rare case where he wasn't banned. It's funny to think of the current ban system where when you're defending, you ban attackers and vice versa.
Yeah,
Back
very
in the
different
day,
story.
a year and a half ago, whatever, if you banned an operator, you banned them for yourself as well.
Yeah.
That's how it used to be for the longest time.
I do love the new bans.
Yes, we do.
And I love seeing Oxygen get to work with the recently buffed hard breaches. Speaking of Thatcher, he's made an appearance, but we've also got Thermite. 2 of the charges have already been used, and it's an amazing thing about Thermite now. Like, you realistically only need to run Therm on a lot of these bomb sites. You can get so much work done.
Yeah, the can opener is more of like just in case like a backup of Thermite dies, or you get tricked or impacted or whatever. But the first step rather in this strat is done. Get the breaches, cut off the rotations, and maybe try and get catwalk control from Dotas on the Asami. Likewise, I see a spare reinforcement in the pocket of FLUXO, so they could close it off onto.
Big play. 2 of them are going in. The DMRs come to life. Forrest finds one, and he backstabs the Clash before being traded back, but it doesn't matter. The damage has been done, and Gomez with the pistol will find the final kill. It's a 3-2-1 go, and Oxygen flood the site.
Remember what I said? That sometimes OXG, they are the most synchronized team that we have seen. And other times, they are a complete mismatch on the timings. That right there is a prime example of OXG when they're playing at their very best, but also the biggest strength of Forrest as a player. When he was on SSG, he was often playing Thermite Ace, some shields and whatnot. More supportive-ish roles, but half the rounds, I'm telling you, James, he was in the middle of the bomb site, first in, last out, getting things done. He's then gone to OXG, a lot has changed since, and he is still that crazy player when he has to be. No hesitation, full scented, and it gives the teammates behind him that same confidence that, guys, it's push time.
Yeah.
No one's gonna stand watching Forrest make that play. They're gonna follow him into battle.
It's all about being synced together. You know, I have one of my favorite sayings, which really does pertain to Siege, is I'd rather have 5 guys committing to one bad plan together than 5 people having 5 different amazing plans that they're committing to.
You know who said that first?
Who did? Was it
Well,
Fabian?
it was Fabian.
Yeah.
Fabian, I mean, as far as I know, the first time I heard he said, it's not the exact same thing, he said, it's better that we have one bad plan together than having no plan at all. That was like kind of where it came from.
Yeah.
So, not Albert Einstein, not quite, but Fabian Helston. There's a stone in there. Helston.
Halston.
Stain is stone.
I love that.
Fun fact.
Yeah, I actually really committed to that. Not that it was a bad plan. I think that was
It was a
5
great
people
plan.
committing to a great plan, to be honest.
And that's how you get those really dominant rounds, right? But it is true. And everyone plays the game differently, but at the end of the day, there is a meta for a reason. Most effective tactic available. A lot of people refer to it as.
Yeah.
And that is what we also see often from teams right now. You know, you do an overtake, you click kitchen, do a bit of vert, take the exo stairs.
I mean, that's exactly what we're
type
going to see
thing.
right here. Type thing?
Type thing.
That's what we're going to see right now. It's the Ram going to get to work on the vert. We got the Monty for the late rounds. But there's still a lot of roamers active here, which I'd be pretty worried about if I was OXG. You got Volps in control room, Dots in storage, and Dotas is supporting them as well from CC Stairs, but looks like OXG is just going to commit to EXO for now.
A little bit curious on what the Thatcher is for. They banned Bandit and Kaid, and they're not watching for the C4s vertically. But this is the great thing about the Monty take. You can do a very limited attack, only take the breach, a little bit of vert, and go for a straight plant.
Minute 30 remaining.
Thatcher
They're going
covers
for the
C4.
plan. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Dots is also distracted. He's potentially in a plant position, but it doesn't matter.
Sort
Big
of.
nitro cell, but Yogg's found 2 anyway. Doesn't matter that Forrest is dead. He was been worth his weight in gold. He did his job, and now Dotas is scanning heartbeats, but it's not going to stop those heartbeats anytime soon unless you get out your gun and start getting a wriggle on.
Man, she should be a freebie. See, hold
Nice nuke of a nitro cell. Maybe cover here. Another Nitro Cell. Doesn't land. Yoga finally gets taken down. But Volb's 15 seconds and still 2 to find. He'll have to tuck in and commit here. I think Adam is in position. He can just sprint up and take him down. Baits out the first one, but he won't be able to commit to it. There's no time now. Volb's had a valiant effort. He finds all the kills, but it doesn't matter because Oxygen get the last laugh.
Another round, another full send commitment from OXG. Again, playing on the same pace. And we did see the Thatcher sort of come into action. Gadget was out, waiting for a C4. But it just arrived so late that Thatcher actually came off of it because the plant went down. And then funny enough, the C4 did take out right here. Yogg on the Monty. But this is great. I mean, limited take. This is a classic when Native Labs first came out. You take those staircases, you walk down, you go for a plan, you play Maverick Ocean on the breach, for example. There's not a ton of counterplay, especially when we're seeing less and less smoke being picked up in the game.
Yeah.
Had you had smoke there, stall a bit.
Because that's it. I mean, a lot of these plays from Oxygen, it's all about the quick pace and the synchronicity, right? And that's exactly what we needed. A smoke babe here that just immediately says, okay, well, this person now can no longer have an impact. This aspect of the map, this little area, this little 5-meter radius, no impact. And it enables the entire team to reposition. Oxygen, I think this off-pace playstyle is working wonders for them, but at some point, surely FLUXO are going to adapt, and we're seeing the smoke picked right now.
And I think it's important to talk about how this can be so effective, right? If OXG want to play fast-paced gameplay and go for plans, why are they banning Bandit and Kaid? And there's a really simple reason for it, really. By banning Bandit and Kaid, they're not going to worry about getting the right, Maverick for the wall, verticality, grenade the bandit, whatever. They don't get stuck on the first step, which is breaching those walls. And it's such a crucial step on maps like Clubhouse, like Native Labs, where hard destruction is a necessity. So by banning Bandit Kaid, they can open up the attacking lineup and be much more flexible. Now, they breach it. You think in C4, we got Thatcher. He's watching with the gadget for the C4 being tossed on out. They are covering each other so well, using smart, simple operators to get the job done. And this, again, it's simplified because of the operator bans by OXG.
Yeah. Talk about mantras. We talked about farming before. One of my favorite mantras in this game is KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. That was a nice jump over. But yeah, look, KISS, it works, man. Literally, just pick simple operators. Don't overcomplicate the game. Keep it simple. There's a reason why simple works.
He's a great player, that guy. Simple.
He does. He works very hard. Dots, 1 kill with the SMG-11, almost a second as well. Smoke. This smoke is perfect. It keeps the Blackbeard at bay. Meanwhile, Dodes has helped out. Aggressive position from Dots here, all the way in with the SMG-11. And he finds the kill. Your smoke's so advanced with the SMG-11 on an angle like that. It's a dangerous game to play, but it works. And Palu's now playing swing to win. A double for him. A flawless round for FLUXO W7M.
That might be a KISS round right there. Keep it simple, stupid. They chose, you know what? We're not going to let them bring the pain to us. We're going to challenge them before they get close enough to go for execute, swing the breach, swing IT, get the smoke involved, go for a perfect counterplay. They read OXG, and now they get another operator ban for both of these two teams to target each other and be like, okay, what do we not want to face up against? I think Monty should be pretty high on that list.
Here comes the ban. There you go.
Monty Clash.
Monty and Clash on the other side.
I think that's pretty solid from both teams.
I feel like that the Clash ban is kind of nullified by the Monty ban, though. I'm not expecting...
It does open up the Blitz, though. That's, if Clash is open, the only shield you can kind of play is the Monty. Everything else is super unfun. Blackbeard, Blitz, much more open. And you can still do the fast takes, just without the Monty. So I think it's pretty good read. I mean, there's a given Monty's going to get banned in my mind as well. It's just like, it's just too good here.
Look, I only just registered. FLUXO W7M actually banned out the Nomad. That's an unusual one, and that usually signals that they want to go for more roams. They don't want to have to check doorways. They want to go for flanks.
I mean, mind you, let's look at last round in retrospect, right? Had there been a Nomad air jab on the doorways into IT, that play doesn't work anymore.
That's true, yeah.
If you take garage control and air jab off the rotate, again, you can't retake it.
Yeah.
I know a lot of American teams. I'm thinking of like Shopify Rebellion, just off the dome here. I believe they play a fair bit of Nomad themselves in this map sometimes. G2 does it as well. So I quite like it.
Yeah. But it does kind of telegraph a specific play style.
It does.
It says, look, guys, we're going to be flanking. We're going to be retaking.
Well,
Like,
I
what,
said
Dots wants to spawn peek with the SMG-11.
he's playing. No, with smoke, James. Not just SMG11, with smoke.
He dies here, and that's goodbye to those 3 gas baits.
And he's up against Blitz and Blackbeard. You want the smoke alive for this round.
They doubled down, didn't they? 2 shields.
Yeah. Why pick one when you can pick both?
Funny, Blitz and Blackbeard similar, but the opposite, right? Blitz is the ultimate close-range shield. Blackbeard, the ultimate long-range shield.
Yeah, technically speaking, that's true.
Technically speaking.
Well, Blackbeard is the only shield that can negate the melee priority system by using the gadget to charge back.
But good players will dodge that.
Okay. Well, why would you play DMR when you can play a 1275 rate SMG11 and get a headshot one tap all the same? Good players would just play SMG11 and hit the headshot, actually. If only it was that simple.
Let's fight
Kiss
later.
doesn't always win.
Let's fight later, darling. Let's not do it in front of the children. Okay.
Agree to disagree. Blackbeard is in fact the best long-range shield in the game, and Blitz the best close-range shield in the game. You're not wrong, but I'm giving you shit for it.
I'm used to it at this point.
Yeah. Abuse in the form of love. A confusing act of love, that's for sure.
Moving on. FLUXO W7M decided this round to go for control room, the ground floor bomb site. Obviously, they could have gone back to basement, but clearly they think they're going to have more luck on the tertiary. I think this is where the shields can kind of flourish, though. Like, you get those shields in close range.
Also, you just banned the Monty, right? You kind of change the pace of the attacks of OXG, and now you hit the quote-unquote weaker tertiary bomb site. I think it's a pretty good shot. Smoke 2 toxic babes, but there are no C4, so there's limited worries here for OXG as long as they get in the building. Here they go.
Oh, here we go. This is aggressive, isn't it? Straight on inside. Loban trying to hold on. He's found one with the C75 onto Gomez. That's a gnarly shot. Brings out the Uzi as well. Getting very close. He does bait out
not
the
a good
shots,
player,
but
I guess.
he doesn't manage to dodge the dash from the Blackbeard, so he does get knocked back. Well played from Adam on the shield to guarantee that kill. But it's not over yet for W7M. Palu and Dots can still bring this back. 35 seconds. The clock is on their side.
I just gotta play down a timer. Mind you, 2 shields up and alive. It's only 1.5 gun really for OXG. So Grixer has to do some heavy lifting and allow Forrest to go for a plant attempt. Looking towards that bottom Garrett's window. They gotta go in and clear that hallway.
Oh, double goo mines on both of the shield
that's
operators.
bad. That's really bad.
It's going to allow
He's injured
for a lot of aggression here from Palu as Forrest is on the floor. Dots is out of gas, but he can just hold on with the shotgun
7
here
seconds.
deep on site. And the feeling here from Oxygen is that they need to go
1v1.
deep. They found both of them. Palu needs to survive. Grixer doesn't have the diffuser, and it's got no clue where Palu's run off to. Big clutch for the old man. And another round for FLUXO W7M.
Oh, the goo mines beneath the window. It's such an old school trick, and it still finds its way so many years later, stealing rounds, just like Echo in 0 seconds. It was practically the only way where you win that, because with 2 shields in close quarter proximity, that should be a round loss for the defenders. So close. FLUXO very much fighting back, and I think really good counter pick. Since you brought it up about the whole Smoke is so great against the fast play style, they have picked Smoke every single round. Lesion, one of those 3 rounds, and it's worked perfectly for them.
It couldn't have been a better round to have Legion.
No, it could not.
When you're going up against a Blitz and a
A
Blackbeard.
double window jump in with 20 seconds, 3v2. It is the perfect position to have it in.
It's a dream. And now OXG, they're probably going to be thinking, okay, maybe we need to drone ahead in the prep phase, figure out if they've got a Legion. Maybe we won't commit to the double shield. Now, this time they actually don't have the Legion at all. Now, we're seeing the Castle make a reappearance, another Architect Operator in the mirror to join, and then it's late round Area Denial, Smoke, and Goyo. But the X Factor, the new thing here is the Valkyrie. Info and roaming potential. And flanking potential, by the way.
It's a
Keep
lot.
in mind that Nomad ban still persists.
And the crazy thing about Valkyrie is that just having the cameras alive for just information, you don't even gotta act upon it with a flank or whatever, that's good. But you can literally get a free C4 kill often. That's amazing. A free flank, like you mentioned, even better.
Even just like late round, it's a 3v3.
Yeah.
You have a camera in garage, and you can see, oh, no one's going to drop hatch.
Exactly.
It's just the
Knowing
info,
what's clear.
Knowing what's clear, knowing what isn't.
Yeah.
Especially in late round 3v3s. That's why I like Valkyrie playing aggressive so early. If Valkyrie can die, but with a kill at the start of a round,
So worth it.
she can just feed so much info to the rest of her team. Her cameras end up being like an extra teammate in the late round.
It's funny how Valkyrie came out with the technically second season. First after the Pro League season started.
Desert Storm.
Black Eyes was already in Dustline.
Dustline.
Black Eyes was in Pro League when we started. Dustline came out right after.
Sorry.
After the year 1 season 1 Pro League finals. And I remember seeing it because I was there live, and we saw Black Eyes and thought, that's crazy. And we saw Valkyrie and thought, this is the simplest operator. It's just, it throws default cams in new positions. But oh my god, is it good. Because back then, there was no Echo, no Maestro, no Bulletproof cams. You only had the defaults. Valk was the first external info operator in the game. And 10 years later, still commonly picked and banned.
Yeah. Perfect example of keep it simple, stupid for Valkyrie's design.
Yeah.
Oh,
Look at Sledge. He's got a hammer. That's all he's got.
Still gets picked.
And it's the trophy we're playing for. Oh my god, that's iconic.
Well, Adam has really torn up the floor here, but FLUXO have done a really good job of hiding, making sure they're not exposed on the main areas of the bomb site. But
oh boy,
a large part of that is because of the roam game. I mean, look at Volps. He's all the way on the top floor, but the verticality starts to bear some fruit for OXG. Yoga, this is perfect timing though. Volps answers his phone.
Does he hear it?
Yeah,
surely.
I think he's heard it. He looked that way for a second.
Volps has no idea though.
He's going to walk into his waiting
shot
arms.
the cam.
Oh no.
The pre-fire.
This might be a fair fight though because of the pre-fire. Yoga exposes his position. Both flashes go out.
Planting.
And that gives Volps a chance to run away. Meanwhile, Forrest is going for that plant.
It's good.
Covered vertically, but the retake up above from Loben. It's been enabled by those Valk cams placed earlier in the rounds. And now we might just see FLUXO come to life. Vertically! Dots contests and finds the kill. The Blitz still alive on the site, but Forrest is in a real pickle. He's forced back further and further. Yoga and Forrest now have to cover this.
They can defuse low-key.
Surely not. Dots is 1 HP. They just need to find the kill. The timer! He's committing to it! There's no cover! And Volps will do exactly what he needs to do. Dots to stick the diffuser, and the round for W7M.
I love it when a plan comes together, and I love it when you point something out and it happens about 2 minutes after the fact. You said the Valkyrie cams are so good for a flank of putting it in Garage and seeing if it's clear or not. They retook Garage only for the reason of getting hatch control. Then they can long arm it from below the hatch and just watch the single breach. That is how they made that playable. And we've seen FLUXO W7M so many times in this game win retakes that should never be winnable. They take the round lead by 1, 3-2 up, and they do it in a classic FLUXO fashion.
Oxygen started so strong
so
on
good.
Labs. 2 rushes in a row, both plans, both round wins. Now we've seen 3 in a row for FLUXO, and the retake potential, unbelievable. Oxygen really need to step it up now because the momentum has been lost. And FLUXO is starting to run away with it.
And again, why did the Blitz back out of single room? It's such a good spot to play in, right? There's 2 reasons. Well, one, the hatchet buff was lost and his teammate didn't want to take the aggressive fight. Fair enough. Second of all, they played smoke. They threw in a toxic babe into a tiny room. The Blitz either stays and will slowly die, or you gotta escape and go somewhere else. And that's the thing. Every single round after those rushes, they've seen smoke played every single time. And it's literally winning them multiple rounds now in this comeback. And we are spawn peeking.
Yeah, of course it is. It's Loben. And to take down Forrest on the Ying, that's going to hurt.
It's a big one. I mean, it is the key operator together with Capital to make a difference here. And we're...
Second
they
one?
popped the mirror
and went for the swing. Oh, I think this round might be in the books for FLUXO.
It feels cooked. Like, completely over. And it's one of those momentum killers where OXG, they had a plan, and you're gonna go here, I'm gonna go there, hold this angle, and now the round is statistically over. Of course, still clutchable, but it's gonna be plan C. You gotta hit a crazy shot, go for a crazy kill, and get very creative with this one. No wall denial, it'll go through. It's not even worth C4ing it because there's 3 exothermic charges, trading the only C4 for one of 3 heartbeat devices. It's just not worth it. So Paolo could have, but choosing not to, that's smart.
Remember the stakes of this game. Oxygen already have a loss on their first play day. No points on the board up until this game. Now they've guaranteed they'll get at least 1 thanks to winning the first map. But if they lose this series, that's all that they take home. Whereas if they win it from here, they get 3 points. FLUXO already have a win under their belt over EP. Secret currently tops the group. Space Station in second place. FLUXO will jump up into second if they win this. OXG really just need to get a start to their Six Invitational campaign. And right now, fighting in the 3v5 with Yogi low HP and FLUXO just ego challenging everything. It's not looking like the North Americans are going to have any peace of mind anytime soon.
Not in this one. Here comes a swindle. That's a good one. Counter attack from Adam. But the issue is not finding a pick when they swing you on the window on the outside. It's how you get inside the building and fight the mirror windows, the Fenrir mines, the toxic babes. Time is ticking. 50 seconds. Element trigger. They know you're inside that small electric box and they're going to wait for you to enter the bomb site door. Crossfire established. Shotgun can play close as well. And the mirror window still unbroken.
How do they counter that mirror window? I mean, the only way I can think of, the flash isn't really going to do much.
This became winnable.
Did they get closer? They smashed the glass. I think they
flashed
did.
it and sprinted in. And they popped the wall, really?
Okay, wow, this is impressive. This has opened everything up for OXG. If Grixer can be really deadly on that main breach, maybe that means something. Adams just had a massive round. The nade lands. Dodes has to clutch. He finds the first and the second.
10
Grixer
seconds.
called upon now as Dodes falls back.
Predictable.
It means it's Grixer's moment to shine. No flashbangs. He
6
has
bullets.
to go deep.
One
He pre-fires for one. Out comes the shotgun, but Dodes will stand tall. It's a big 1v3 for the Brazilian. And W7M are chalking oxygen.
So easily winnable for FLUXO. The 5v3, the spawn peaks, the aggression, the confidence. Adam, 3-4 kills out of nowhere. Grenades, shots, pre-fires, whatever. Just into a 1v3 clutch in the end because OXG walk in one by one by one. It's where we see them being so good with coordination, and then 3 rounds later, that happens. Consistency is the biggest problem for most players, for most teams, and right now for OXG, it is probably the sole reason why this game might not be theirs after all.
Oh, Palu, man.
There we go.
Such a big round from him. And at the end of it, the big clutch.
Ah, Dodes.
Yeah, it was Dodes, wasn't it?
Well, he had the clutch.
I got debated because of the clips from the previous round from Palu.
Paolo did good though. I mean, he was the one playing by the breach, got the first kill or second kill.
Popping the mirror, I mean, that's active defense from W7M. Now we switch sides.
Attackers need to locate
Oxygen onto their own defense. We talked about how it's been an attackers matchup.
That's the thing.
That's finally been broken here by W7M, and not because of the map choice, because of their aggressive defense.
That's it. It's performance-based, which means OXG cannot just sit back and go, it should be a 4-2 split for us as well, because it's the Finnish side. Or whatever. No. It was an incredible performance, breaking the norm for FLUXO. OXG have to match that craziness, that performance, to then go into overtime. And they're playing that even laps. It is not really the place where you're expecting a 4-2 defend the side at half.
No, not at this level. Maybe at a lower level, but the higher level you get, the more teams really figure out how to attack. And we've seen that at SI. I've seen some really good attacks at this SI.
Yeah. We saw on the G2 one, the self-grenade into self-thermite charge,
that
for
was
example.
phenomenal.
That was a funny one.
Oh, beautiful. I mean, I think they're really pioneering the meta, that G2 team.
It's funny because we're sometimes seeing teams that are absurdly talented, like the G2 roster, like many others here as well, and they are just taking the absolute piss off themselves, just dying on the player cams, talking about it, interviews saying, no, we were so awful, we played that so bad. It's just like, we're playing at SI, man. Like, where are the nerves, right?
I love that clip of G2 nading and exotherming themselves in the round. That made it to like mainstream non-esports Rainbow Six community.
Yeah.
And people are fuming. People are like, what, this is the quality of pro, this is the world championship.
I got tagged and said, bro, G2 needs you back, Pink. And like, guys, this is one round of many good ones that they have, right? They have many other ones that are much better.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's even the best of players will make some silly mistakes sometimes. Some of them are forgivable. Some of them are not so much.
Yeah.
But we're all human after all. And it's so easy to be here on the couch, in the chair, going, well, if I was playing right now, I would have just gotten the 5v1. Like I saw this guy in chat every time he would scream. Like, let's say you play Catwalk Rafters in Clubhouse and you die. He'd go, Jinxie wouldn't die in Catwalk Rafters. Jinxie wouldn't get spawn peek. Jinxie wouldn't go in the building. Like, just always counteracting the pro players' move and saying Jinxie would do it better. And I was like, you talk your shit, man. You get it. You got it.
I love when people say that about Spoid or Stompin' and then they get farmed by other teams.
Maybe Stumpin first into Pro, it's like, Stumpin step by C stack, he's gonna drop 20 kills against Falcons.
Look, he did all right.
He did. He dropped 20 kills against Falcons. One bank, max OT, or email. Sometimes they are that good. Sometimes they try to be that good.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, FLUXO have had a pretty solid attack so far. I mean, have a look at that breach on the main wall. Volps, nice angle
There
onto
he is.
Forest. He's almost going to find a second one, I think. Contesting Gomez now.
could fire
Loban's
smoke and
found
go
his
here.
kill onto the Warden, so no more smokes that you're going to have to worry about. You can use them as much as you like without them being blocked off by that Warden. Yoga is in a world of pain. The flash, the nade, he's forced back deeper and deeper.
There's a fire
FLUXO
smoke.
can surely go for their execute now. Meanwhile, Loban is coming up from warehouse. He can come up the
No
stairs
denial.
as Dots is forcing this plant down. You're right. There's absolutely no denial. In fact, there's nothing at all for OXG. They are being starved right now. W7M have continued their reign of terror 5 rounds in a row.
I mean, there's a classic attack on Night Haven Labs. We've seen it so many times, so they do it so well. Step 1, get the exterior breach on connector and, of course, an IT breach. Step 2, do you go for an Aqua Garage attack or a meeting IT attack? That's really how you play it every single time. A very small variation, but they do it so flawlessly. Opening peak, all the breaches, fire, smoke, Blightbeard has a shield, walks in with full cover. There's no real counterplay. OXG, the only thing they could do in that round is hit a nasty headshot because strategically they were getting suffocated from the very beginning. And it's awkward when you play a map, let's say like when Oregon was in the Pro League Meta not that long ago, or Chalet, or here Night Haven. Sometimes on some bomb sites as a defender, you don't have a lot of ways to win on paper. And that's where you gotta see the hero plays spring into action and make the magic work for you. Play for map control, play that aggressive roam, go for a kill, then fall back, play the layers, whatever. Is Forrest just talking to himself or is he chatting with somebody?
No, Volps is
Okay.
going a little bit too far in the channel.
I mean, they're doing pretty good though.
Yeah,
You said
he
too far.
I think he needs to curb his language a little bit.
Oh, is it too far? Okay.
It's a little bit too far.
Okay.
I'll leave that to the end.
Let's not celebrate too early though if you're FLUXO, right? It's still
I mean,
losable.
that's the thing. Volps is getting
don't.
very excited. Oh, Dot's taking a hell of a lot of damage on that Blackbeard Gomez. That was very much worth it. Now in the late round, Monty's feet are going to be very vulnerable if he's unshielded.
Damn Dots, I am never unextending this round again. I'm staying fully up.
Even then, Gomez has an impact grenade. That
Yeah.
or one of the nitro cells, even if it's not like dead
A little bit
on,
of Thorn.
Oh, yeah, dude, the Thorn, absolutely. That could absolutely kill him. Now, OXG going down to the basement for the first time. It's up to FLUXO to figure out, do they go for a map clear into Vert, which is probably what they're going to do with the Ram, or do they focus up hard on site? They've actually got plenty of hard breach utility. You've got Ace and double sets of can openers.
Yeah,
A lot of options here for the Brazilians.
I like this kind of roam clear. You clear this into Soda Machine, down the stairs, do a bit of vert like you said. Monty can escort Diffuser case into side, go for a plant. So now again, strategically speaking, what can OXG do? Well, they can play with the C4s below with the Clash, Slow, and Information. They can Clash, Slow the entries into a Thorn Trap and also try and get a kill. Or again, they gotta hit some shots. That's kind of what's on the board for OXG. But they also have flying potential because they got a bunch of map control and Valkyrie cameras. But that means the bomb site is a little bit more vulnerable than usual. They're prone to a rush. So they're going to smoke off the angles of FLUXO and sprint straight down the stairs and catch the roamer.
But there is a refrag. Yoga inside a kitchen makes his way around.
That's a
But there's
clash.
a whole bunch of pressure though. They're dealing with that clash. It might actually be able to take him
1v1
down.
shield.
Dots needs to be careful about being exposed and alone. He is low HP. If someone else comes to support, he's only got this pistol. They can't finish off that clash as of yet, who just keeps on falling
could
back.
plant low-key.
But they might be able to look for a plant. Gomez comes back to site.
There's no
but he's
vert.
worried because there's a player outside the breach. Might be able to seal it up. But he's now
Oh,
fighting
no!
not just the player on the Monty, but the guy behind him. Now Forrest can get in position.
him.
And it's all up to Dots. It's a 1v2 for the Montaigne. And up against Forrest on the clash. It's GG. There's absolutely no way that Dots can clutch this.
The Clash is going to stop him. Every step he takes, every move he makes, stalking the side. Knows what Gomez is, but look at this. The cover is perfect with Clash playing together 2v1.
Oh,
hold up!
Surely not! 1v1 for Dots. He's got Forrest on the floor, but can he finish off Gomez? Not to be. Big round from Gomez. He steps up for OXG when he's needed, and they finally stop the bleeding.
Oh my god. He was just jiggling, peeking around the corner, not even firing a shot, just trying to burn down all the ammo and then close the gap because he would have some left in his pistol. But no, he does not get that off. Again, a great read from FLUXO going deep in the bomb site, but these Asami keepers from Gomez. He had 5 in pocket, by the way. He had all the keepers to spare, and then he goes for a pre-fire onto the Monty, but kills the guy behind him with a stray bullet. Again, I said it. Strategically, OXG were losing that round unless a play would happen somewhere. That was the play. Gomez made it happen, just like back on the very first map of Border. He was the star player for this team of OXG. He is finally back in that spot.
Yeah, OXG, man. Look, finally another round on the board, but their job's not done yet. I mean, 2 more rounds
it doesn't get
trailing
easier.
behind. And yeah, you're right. It doesn't get easier from here. They're going to have to keep rotating through different bomb sites. That's the danger, right? Like, you start winning on defense and you can't crutch one site. How are they going to interpret this? It looks like a little bit of loosey-goosey. One thing I'm really liking is the Legion and Valkyrie, right? So, of course, Legion, we've talked about that. If you're going up against shields, it's the perfect ingredient to deal with that ailment. We saw that when FLUXO used it so well when Oxygen ran the double shields. But I like the Valkyrie as well. We've seen FLUXO use that to perfection. Even the Solars, I just want to make sure that Oxygen know where these plants are going through, because both these teams are playing these attacks so very fast.
Yeah, speed has certainly been the win condition for both of the teams attacking. And again, I'm not surprised by it, because people are very comfortable with playing Night Haven Labs. It was widely accepted in both ranked and competitive play as a very good map that we want to play, we want to learn, and when you do that, you learn it very fast. There have been maps in the past, like let's say Theme Park, that even by now is only kind of half accepted, I feel like, and other teams go, well, let's just ban it, let's not play it. And when you then eventually do end up playing, you're like, well, we don't really know all the intricacies of the map. All the small things, right? Night Haven has been very much figured out to the highest level, I would say, or close to at least.
Yeah.
People might be looking at Paolo and going, why is this guy always looking at other people's monitors? I'm telling you, it's completely legal, by the way, on LAN. You can screen peek. We even had a player called Woogieman for Fearx sit at the edge of the table, turning his monitor so everyone can easier see the camera that he's watching, or playing the Monty, for example. It's a LAN thing. And Brazilians, they play LAN every week back home in domestic league, so they're very used to it.
Yeah. Now, I was trying to figure out what Palu was doing with the Thatcher. I mean, he's staying outside B. I think his intention is for the late round to figure out, okay, is there a Solus? Is there a Pulse? I can just EMP
he knows what the Valcam is, because he can look at the top left. And so he's going to EMP it and jump in probably.
That's clearly going to be a Valkyrie cam. There's nothing else that it would realistically be. He's already spotted it.
Watching a C4
Frag goes down. And yeah, he's watching out
jump
for a Pulse or a Solus. It's his job here, just to watch for Pulse or Solus. Hasn't seen anything. They're trying to bait it. There comes the Nitro Cell. Come on, keep out that EMP. Active. He needs to be ready and on watch for it. Dot starts forcing down that plant. It's still up to Palu to cover. But the smoke, that's one thing that Thatcher isn't going to do enough for. Dota is on the ground. Forrest doesn't realize it, but he actually wallbanged him until he was downed. Poor Volps in an awkward spot. Finally finished off. Oxygen is starting to breathe deeper into this game. Loban and Palu now to pick up the pieces of this tattered round. 2v4, but Loban for the backstab finds one. Good on Forrest. A 3k on the round. He covers it off, and York with the shotty gets another one on the board for Oxygen.
Beautiful. Playing close together, playing for the fighting, playing for the denial. And once again, it's like the 7th round, I feel like. Smoke is the MVP. The ability to stop the plant because the Thatcher is going to shut down the C4s. It is working for both of these two teams. And honestly, there is a world right now where Smoke gets target banned to enable FLUXO to go for those plays in the future, unless they want to change the strat book and not do that ever again. They did not ban the Smoke.
No. One more ban comes out, and it is in fact going to be the Clash and the Capitao. And here comes a tactical timeout from FLUXO W7M.
Y'all can't play meter, right?
I was getting here a whole lot, unfortunately, but as he knows, at a thumbs up. Fist bumps and ready to go once more. The classic saying is, I wish I spoke Portuguese, but also wish I could hear more. So,
Yeah, look.
but no, it's for a long time. Europe was seen as the best region in the world of Siege, right? If you go far enough back.
Sure, yeah.
Brazil's been on that throne for a while.
Oh, dude, ever since 20... What are you going to say? 21?
Yeah,
2021.
21
When NIP won SI.
Yeah, and then
Pretty
since then it's been more or less them for a long time, right? At least in most periods.
Occasionally we'll have, like, G2 win Montreal.
TSM
or
win one or whatever. Yeah.
But it's... well, okay, here on that, by the way, we've had 9 Six Invitational. This is number 10.
Yeah.
3 wins for North America,
Yeah.
3 wins for Europe, 3 wins for Brazil. This is the tiebreaker.
This is time for APAC.
I was about to say,
It's time for
it's a
APAC, buddy.
tiebreaker, but Weibo's going to slide in there.
That would be the craziest thing, by the way. Because Weibo doesn't make the top 5 conversation by prediction, only by dark horse. Imagine this.
Weibo are one of the only undefeated teams at the tournament, especially
they're
one of the only
doing great.
3-0 teams.
They're
Like
doing. They
we
took
have-
down a midi.
They did. We have other teams that are 2-0. Furia, Team Heretics, to name a few, but very few are 3-0 right now. It's just Team Secret and Weibo.
But my point was like, when you're from the best region, you might not be as interested in other regions because like you're doing it better. But when Brazil has been so strong for so long, it makes me more and more curious in the differences and what they do differently, right? Especially with that communication. Because they sound like they're always fired up, but their comments also sound very disciplined at the same time. Like, it's one of those, like, language barriers that I have.
Yeah.
Because obviously Portuguese just sounds... They're very warm people, I
Yeah.
like to say. Like, the way they act, they behave. Like, Maria, who does the interviews here with us as well, she's always so, like...
Very animated culture.
Very animated, yeah. It's very energetic. Like, it's almost like it rubs off on you as well.
Yeah, for sure. And you definitely need that when you play Siege. You need that energy.
It's been a long
Especially
series.
through these long series. Yeah, I mean, 15 rounds map 1, 11 rounds map 2, 9 rounds so far, now into our 10th. Very long series here for these teams.
A lot of plants, a lot of slow rounds going the distance, an air jab going off, but there's no one there to answer, so they just kind of tank it, they burn it, a flash to go out, a second air jab,
Oh,
C4
Nitro.
and trade.
Does
Clips
get
the window
caught.
frame, yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Dodis also stepped back, hasn't having that experience and the sound cues to work together. But this has been the least explosive round for the attacks of FLUXO. But look at the attack lineup. They got the Bra, they got the Nomad. They need to set things up before they can start fighting. But we're just about in that spot where we're gonna see some action.
Yeah, it's been very slow, but they still have to deal with these mirror windows. As I say that, the Aces Selma is certainly going to help out with that. Open is the wall. Yog is now in an awkward spot. It's really hard to challenge this angle once that mirror is gone. Are they going to look for some kind of retake here?
It's possible. The pole's looking, but here we see Dodis in electric box, denying the wall, denying the push. There's only one more C4 impact in pocket, so they could deal with it. There he goes.
Oh,
He
what
clips
is
the
that?
door frame as well. Come on, guys. That's 2 for 2, missing the mark. But 35 seconds. If only there was a smoke on defense right about now.
Oh, without it, they're going to have to deal with this setup. One shotgun from Volbs, and that's a close-range fight. Flooding into the site now, and he finds another one with the DMR. Forrest is on the floor, all up to Grixa. He'll find 2, but it ain't enough. Match point for FLUXO W7M.
Boa, and the push comes through. Again, that is a tight timing for the Brazilian players. They're working together, and it's so smart to get a primary shotgun to fight on that E-box door because it's such a hard fight to win. And we're going to have back-to-back tactical timeouts because OXG, down 4-6, have called their own tactical timeout.
But actually, they're gonna rush, because they took them out of the bench point, so they're gonna try to play so cheap that, So I just took them out to bait the corporate culture. So that's okay. Yeah. Maybe going to like protect something like that. I just bait them, but because they're gonna rush, so be ready for the rush, okay?
Be ready for the rush. Some teams, they will have mostly players talking in attack timeout. Some teams have a bit of a mix. And some teams, like OXG, it's all the coaching staff. It's Kiki's just calling every single word there.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is, this is something that I learned through Fabian mostly back when he became a coach at first for PSG Talent, right? I was like, Fabian, you're a man who says a lot of things over a very long period of time. what do you prioritize on attack timeout? And he was like, well, and of course, it's like the classic, it depends, yada, yada, yada. But it really is about prioritizing what is the most important thing to say, and how can you say it in the least confusing, but also shortest time span possible. And then, of course, when you have a team where you're not all speaking the same language as your native tongue, you also gotta make it accessible for those people as well. And often I find that coaches will have a specific player that they're kind of talking to because they know they can relay the message correctly afterwards, right?
Yeah.
Whether it's because of language barrier or because of how you think about the game, because you might be in the same team, but the way the coach is thinking and the agile is thinking and what the injured players are thinking are completely different, and that's a good thing. But there has to be somebody translating that thought to everybody else sometimes. That's why we call upon people like Troy Canadian on Champion for Billion. Always say, having Troy, he can translate a lot of things, I'm sure, to all his younger players.
Yeah.
And here, I think it's mostly dots being spoken to, right? Usually in from FLUXO side, of course.
Really?
I think so. It means that dots and or Lopen whenever
I
we're
noticed
seeing the player
Lopen
cams.
is, like, for someone who's typically just like a no-brain fragger, he's really attentive in
No,
those
he
tactical
is.
timeouts.
He is. But Dots is always just kind of very centered whenever I see the tech timeouts, just kind of looking and listening. And also playing his shield operators, obviously having a bit of a voice. Whereas Kikis, he's walking down the aisle, talking to all the players all the time. So it's kind of funny seeing the difference there.
Oh.
Fast injury, the set, be ready for the rush. Loben fast in and fast out.
Yeah, good shot from Yogg.
The confidence, right? You're down 4-6. That gunfight can quite literally be one of the big reasons why you win or lose this one.
It's the first in the last 4 rounds that Oxygen have actually found that opening kill. FLUXO have dominated this early round, and now without Loben, without those Dokkaebi calls, and still the mirror windows at large, there's a lot of work to do this round, and time is ticking away.
They don't have to avert. Twitch drones none. Aces none. C4 shot mid-air though.
Getting shot from above, so that forces him out of position. Grixer takes his head clean off. 3v5 now. Volps needs to push for a refrag. Whose laser is that? That's not his. Is that his teammate?
I think it's actually Yogg, who's bottom aqua stairs double door.
Surely he can see it. Surely he can see it. He's going to have to know that Yogg is there. He actually knows about Grixer. Now he knows Yogg is there. Here's a lesson for you kids. Be careful where you point your laser. Give away your position.
Might blind somebody too, right? Be careful. It's always tells a kid, don't blind people with the laser. Keep it off people's faces.
Oh, almost finds
whiff.
a second one, but yeah, he whiffs it a little bit. Gomez takes him down, looking for a refrag now. Palu with a DMR as well. In close range, the DMR is a bit fickle, and Gomez will best him with the SMG-11. Dotas, 1v3. Caught on the camera, they know exactly where he is. Oh, he gets a good pre-fire onto Forests. I think he's got
winnable.
Decent info onto the other two. Doesn't have the diffuser though, as OXG fall back onto site.
Oh, they're a bit scared there on the hatch. They see the cam
He's
though.
gone for kills. No diffuser.
He's in a good spot actually.
And both of these Oxygen players are isolated. A lot of damage done. But Yogg goes for the reload.
He's not going to expect the other guy on the box. He's not going to
He
expect it, I'm
knows.
sure.
How does he
What?
know?
He knows?
He makes it a 1v1.
No!
The Bulls are angry. FLUXO fumbled the first map, but fire up to the finish. And undefeated, they remain at the Six Invitational.
Did he run towards OXG? He's still missing. He's gone. Up the chair, into the hallway. There he's shaking hands already.
He's already going straight to them.
Oh my god. That was so unwinnable in the 1v3. So unwinnable.
What was that game? I mean, Dotas take a bow. 1 versus 3. And he lands every single shot to perfection.
He clutched earlier as well. On top floor as a Sami. That is 2 separate 1v3s in one map.
And this was such a crazy series. Cast your mind back to Border.
It's a long time ago.
8-7. 2 match point opportunities that FLUXO W7M fumbled. Oxygen got it across the line only to lose on Bank. The distance was required for it, but FLUXO said no overtime on the third. Undefeated, they remain here, but it only gets harder from here on out. They've got Space Station and Team Secret still yet to play. Hopefully they can take a moment and really relish in this hard-fought victory because they were pushed.
They were, and I mean, the thing is, I feel like OXG, there definitely is a pretty bright light for them, right? Again, it comes back a little bit to consistency, but for FLUXO, the bigger story is they are definitely here to play, like you said. There's something about this W7M organization always finding ways to keep us entertained.
Yeah. Oh, these guys, look, they've demanded our respect over the years with a runners-up finish in Atlanta and a championship a year later in Montreal. They would by no means tournament favorites. I think a lot of people always regarded them as a mid-pack team here at SI, likely to make top 12, maybe top 8, but not go the distance. And they're certainly making a little bit of a case for why this incredibly confident, ego-challenging team could be in contention for one of the top places here at SI.
It's funny how we start off this entire segment with Lobin as the highest EPS for his team, and we're ending the segment as well with Lobin as the highest EPS player for his team. He has stayed mad consistent all throughout, and he plays many different positions, many different operators, but to the same success time and time again.
Very true, but look, I can't help but admit all 5 of the players on this roster really had their moment. Like, let's not forget Dota's his insane clutch ability. Palu's had a few big ones as well.
Yeah, Palu and Border was it was everywhere.
Even Dots, who typically we wouldn't really talk about as much because he's a support player, he had a few really big moments, especially on those shields. But unbelievably, that ties up the day.